Give it another shot without the double eyebrow.
I'm good.
Come on, just give us a Duval, but just regular.
Duval.
There we go.
That's better. That was better.
And
I think you're
I
smart.
mean, how easy is that?
On today's Part in My Take, we have a twofer for the people. Awesome interviews, both in person. We have Jacksonville Jaguars head coach Liam Coen on the show, talking about his path to get there, football philosophy. We also have Steven Cheah confronting him, kind of pussying out in front of Liam Coen, but good dude Liam Coen.
I think we educated him also on the history of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yes.
Some things he did not know.
Yes, big time. We also have Brady Tkachuk, Captain America, in studio. Awesome interview with him. We're going to do Hot Seat, Cool Throne. More bad news for the Mavs. And we'll finish up with listener-submitted FAQs, and it's all brought to you by our friends at DraftKings. Hey, basketball fans, are you ready to win real money? Check out Pick 6 from DraftKings when it comes to basketball payouts. DraftKings Pick 6 dunks on its rivals, including Prize Picks. When you hit all your picks, you'll slam home higher minimum payouts on Pick 6 than Flex Plays or Prize Picks. And best of all, you'll win even more cash if you posterize the competition. Track your picks for a shot at huge cash prizes. That's all there is to it. Pick 6 is available in most states, including Missouri, California, Texas, Georgia, and more. Don't settle for a smaller payout. Switch to Pick 6 and cash in your basketball knowledge. New players get 50 in Pick 6 credits instantly on just a $5 entry. The fun of the basketball season continues with the most fun way to play fantasy sports, Pick 6 from DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now. Use code TAKE. That's code TAKE for new customers to play $5. Get 50 in Pick 6 credits. Better payouts, bigger wins, only with Pick 6 from DraftKings. The crown is yours. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Part of My Take, presented by DraftKings. The fun of basketball season continues with the most fun way to play fantasy sports. Pick 6 from DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now. Use code TAKE. That's code TAKE for new customers to play $5. Get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Better payouts, bigger wins, only with Pick 6 from DraftKings. The crown is yours. Today is Wednesday, March 5th. Is that the Ides of March?
15th.
15th.
Right?
Beware the Ides of March?
Beware the Ides of March.
What is that?
That's when Caesar got shanked.
Beware the Ides of March. I apologize. I was going to say another bummer for the season from hell from the Mavs, but I got distracted. You're right. 15th.
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 March 4th was yesterday, and that's the only day of the year that's a complete sentence.
Yeah. Also, March the 4th be with you.
Yes.
Is what the Star Wars people say.
Yes, it is. That's a fact. No, but yeah, season from hell for the Mavs.
The worst.
Sucks for Kyrie. I feel bad for him. I feel bad for Mavs fans. This has just been so shitty for you guys.
Yeah.
And now Anthony Davis, according to Shams, he and his representatives are huddling up right now.
Oh, no.
They're all going to figure out whether or not Anthony Davis is going to return this year.
You basically went from the window opening, incredible run to the finals last year. Luka, a superstar. Your young bigs, going to be big pieces. Kyrie, his whole career, not rebirth, but he started to have fun playing basketball again, to now we're sitting here at the Ides of March, and Kyrie is out for the year with a torn ACL. Luka's on the Lakers, and Anthony Davis is huddling up.
Yeah, they're huddling to determine whether or not they're – I'll tell you what's going to happen if they decide for him to come back. He's going to have like a hamstring strain in game one.
Yeah.
It's going to be planned out like the Bay of Pigs, and then it's going to be over just as fast.
Yeah.
It's not a good situation for the Mavericks to be in. But
I feel bad for him just because this is the worst season Dallas fans have had to deal with since the 2024 Cowboys season.
Since this season.
Yeah.
And then the season before last.
And then the season before last.
But Duke's good.
Duke is good.
So that's
Tony
good.
Romo.
Yeah, that's good for them.
I think it was put perfectly by noted NBA insider. He said, it is bad that they don't have Luka anymore.
Who said that?
That was Pug.
Pug nailed it.
Pug nailed it. Pug absolutely nailed it.
If you had Luka, you'd still be like, this sucks, but yeah, maybe he'll be back next year. Probably not, but even so, we got Luka.
Yeah, we got Luka.
Like,
we'll make a run in the playoffs. We probably won't win it all, but we'll at least like have some fun moments. But it is bad that they don't have Luka anymore.
That was the one thing that Dallas fans had for a long time. Even when the Cowboys weren't playing well, when Dak would get hurt, they'd be like, well, Luka's season coming up. Luka holds it all together. Now it's like, yeah, Kyrie, he's got another season left on his contract, I think, right? I imagine he'll opt into that after this injury. I have no idea how NBA contracts work, but I think he has one more year left.
Yeah.
So he'll be back next year, hopefully, maybe. It just looked bad, but respect to Kyrie for stepping up to the foul line while he was crying and then hitting the foul shots.
Yes.
That was kind of cool.
It's kind of like when Kobe did it with his Achilles.
Yeah, that's the best thing that's happened to the Mavericks this year was Kyrie being able to hit those clutch free throws.
I don't know if you're a Mavs fan. I don't know what you just pretend this year didn't happen.
Well, they also, if you're a season ticket holder,
they
got the notification that prices are gonna be up 8% next year.
That was to help pay for Anthony Davis's medical bills, though.
Yes, and
their insurance went up.
Yeah, brutal. I feel bad for Mavs fans.
What do you think are the worst seasons?
Ooh.
This has got to be one of the worst seasons, right?
Yeah, this has to be. I mean, given all the context, winter. Given all the context, though. I think this has to be one of the worst seasons of all time. And I know that people will be like, well, that's reactionary. But I'm just saying the context of finals run last year, like future seems super bright.
Mm-hmm.
And then to have everything fall apart and not just like you can deal with if Luka was injured but still on the Mavs. You're like, all right, season from hell. We'll be back next year. Everything fell apart and your own team sabotaged your bright future because they traded away a top 3 guy.
Yeah. It's not good. I would say the White Sox had a season from hell, but that was different.
That was also,
almost by design.
And that also like gets to comical level where it's like, holy shit, how many games are they going to lose?
Yeah.
But yeah, this is really bad.
Browns 2024, Browns 2016.
Browns 2024, that was Deshaun, that was this year. Yeah, but see,
Jameis, he had some bright spots in there.
Yeah, I think with sports, it's always like when a team is bad, it's like, all right, that was a bad season, but it's the expectations and then where it ends up.
Yeah. That's
the combo. That's the deadly combo that the Mavs fans are dealing with right now.
Yeah. It's bad.
It's brutal. We also had, I'm going to assume, we're taping this in the afternoon, I'm going to assume LeBron has hit his 50,000th point. 50,000 points.
Congrats, LeBron.
He was one shy the other night. I think everyone probably bet that he was going to score 18 points. That didn't work out.
I thought he was going to have an empty netter at the end.
Yeah, 50,000 is pretty insane.
Yeah,
and I know he's been in the center of all the who's the face of the league controversy, which isn't really controversy, but it is pretty nuts. We're not the number one LeBron podcast, but I also know how incredible he's been, and 2 decades plus of being at the top of the NBA is insane when you think about it.
I'm pretty clear on LeBron. He can be very frustrating and funny sometimes.
Very funny.
He can be unintentionally hilarious. He's one of, if not the best basketball player of all time. He's done a great job in terms of being in the public eye since he was, 16 years old?
Yes.
And not having any major scandals, not having anything like derail his career.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard to do.
Yep.
I don't know how he's done it, but he's done a great job of it. I think you could actually make the case that LeBron James, he is top 2 basketball player of all time.
Yep.
He might be a better dad than basketball player.
It could be.
The fact that he got his son drafted.
Yeah, that's facts.
He might actually be one of the best dads. It's like him and God.
Yeah.
I guess depending on which Testament God you're looking at, probably.
It is funny because the drafted thing, we didn't talk about that on Sunday when we were talking about the face of the league stuff. It is funny to throw that in there that LeBron was like, yeah, Bronny's better than like a lot of guys in the NBA right now and doing that and then being like, media, don't be mean to me.
Yeah.
But he deserves credit. 50,000 points is insane. Hank, would you like to give him credit? That's an insane amount of points.
Yeah, credit where credit's due. Steroids.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, wow. That was mean. That was ugly.
Hank, you might get sued.
That was ugly.
That wasn't related.
We're just, you're just.
Credit where credit's due, period.
Also,
steroids are illegal.
Yeah,
don't do them.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good sentence.
We're doing 1 minute of pro LeBron talk.
I gave him credit where it was
credit
due.
where credit's due.
Period.
50,000 points. Remember for the punishment, you were going to try to get his point total?
Yeah.
That would have been
sucked.
crazy.
Do you guys think you've ever done 50,000 of anything in your life?
Bets?
You think
Probably.
you've made 50,000 bets?
I don't know. Maybe.
Sunflower seeds.
You think, all those years playing baseball for you? Yeah.
Let me think about
How many
this.
sunflower seeds do you think are in a bag?
Max, that's actually a genius answer.
Yep.
Yeah.
How many are in a bag? 300?
Piss?
Piss for sure. I think I might have
50,000
I might have
pisses?
done 50,000 bets. I don't know. It's probably in like the multiple thousands a year.
Yeah, I just don't know if I've done anything 50,000 times.
Piss, bets, no, I was gonna say eat ice cream. Probably not. That's a lot of ice cream.
50,000 meals?
50,000 meals sounds right.
Let's see. So 900 to 1,000. Let's say 1,000 meals a year.
Yeah.
Nope.
More.
No.
Less. 1,000. Yeah.
Still
So we're not.
40,000.
So that's
Yeah.
40,000 meals.
Golf shots.
No.
Yes.
No.
Think about how many you take just randomly on the simulator.
I've only been playing for 5 years. If I played my whole life, then yeah. But like, what? 110 around?
What about meatballs?
No.
Max. Meatballs?
Nah.
No, they're too
50,000
big.
is so many.
Yeah, you gotta have something small.
Yeah.
I've probably played 50,000 notes on the guitar.
I've taken 50,000 steps.
Yeah, 50,000 steps. There you go.
That's huge.
I've not thought about Michael Sam 50,000 times.
That's also
I'm probably
huge.
leading all-time record for that.
Yeah.
50,000 minutes podcasted?
Yes. We have to have hit that.
Yeah, but minutes is different. It's like minutes spent doing something as opposed to doing the actual task. We couldn't say 50,000 pods.
Also, is our 500th show coming up soon?
Yeah,
I think so.
I think
Okay,
it's this
nice.
one. I think it might be this one.
Huge. All right. So, and then the NFL, Saquon got a new contract. The Zoom worked.
Yeah, are running backs overvalued in the NFL now? Big
They
Cat?
might be.
I don't think I'd ever pay a running back.
I don't know. What was the deals of his term? The terms of his deal.
It was 2 years, $41 million, I believe.
Okay, that's pretty
it,
good.
It put it over $20 million. No running back has ever been paid that much. I think there's at least a dozen, maybe 24 receivers who make that much money.
Good for him.
But good for him. Happy for Saquon.
He deserves it.
Again, it goes back to like him and Derrick Henry. They are worth that much money
Yeah.
to be a piece on a good team.
Yes. Agreed.
But they are
Agreed.
not worth that much money. Like if you're a bad team, paying them that much doesn't make sense.
Yes.
But it is better to pay him that much money than it is to pay a quarterback who's not very good a lot of money.
Correct. Daniel Jones, if you would.
Hypothetically.
Max, what do you think about that? Also, you cut Darius Slay.
And James Bradbury.
Oh,
Getting rid of
no.
all your secondary.
What's
James
happening?
Bradbury, I don't think was active for a single game this year.
Okay.
Super Bowl champion.
Super Bowl champion, though.
Gets a ring.
And he was a good vet in the locker room. Apparently, he did all the right things. He was never upset about it. So shout out James Bradbury. But Saquon deserved it. I also think how he's doing. There's got to be some cap reasoning.
He's up to something?
Yeah.
How he's
Restructuring?
I think that had to have been part of it.
How he had a
Interesting.
great
How he just moves money back all the time. So I think somehow he probably restructured it that he's getting more money.
Miles Garrett?
with the extension.
Miles Garrett.
This is bad podcasting. I stopped my sentence midway just so I could do the fingers.
So,
Yeah.
Max, we were getting to a little debate over the weekend and on Monday's show about how I was maybe overreacting to the Commanders getting Myles Garrett, but now it's more even between the Eagles and the Commanders. Now, actually, the Browns have retaken the lead on that.
The Browns had always had the lead I always knew. I was saying other than the Browns.
Okay, other than the Browns.
Yeah.
Okay, because I looked at it
he's
today.
probably just going to stay with the Browns. The Browns are probably going to be like, Myles Garrett's the best player in the league. We're not giving him up.
Yeah.
But no,
New
I do.
contract.
Listen, Howie's always cooking something.
He's got
Yeah.
something cooking.
That's it. It must be fun to be an Eagles fan because you get to see any possible free agent or any possible trade and be like, that seems like a Howie deal.
yeah.
Howie's working the phones.
The only two tags we ended up getting because the deadline is passed is T. Higgins and Trey Smith. And so T. Higgins, the Bengals released that they tagged him and they were working on a new long-term deal. I actually think the Bengals might be able to pay everyone.
Do you think so?
I don't know.
I would.
Sure.
So if
Figure it out. You could just pay everyone.
if he doesn't get a new deal and he goes into the second year in a row on the franchise tag, which is, it's still a lot of money.
But it's still
just-
bullshit.
It's not guaranteed. There's nothing in the future. I guess this 1 year is guaranteed, but there's nothing past that. What's the over-under for amount of weeks that he plays before he has an injury that they can't figure out how severe it is?
Can it be negative?
Would you put it at half a week? You think?
Yeah, well, I'm saying, can it be training camp? Can it be
Yeah, does he play week
Preseason?
1 or does he have a calf injury?
The franchise tag is kind of bullshit for a guy like T. Higgins, where it's like, dude, just, I don't know, figure it out. I know it's a lot of money. What is it? What's it going to end up being? Probably, I have no idea.
In the 20s?
Yeah, I would say maybe even in the 30s. No, probably not the 30s. Wide receiver franchise tag. Let's figure this out. Franchise tag price. Either way, he wants his guaranteed money. He deserves it.
I agree.
22,000 pretty much. That was for last year.
Okay.
So it might
Million.
million, 22 million. Sorry. It will be interesting though, because if they sign Jamar Chase to a new deal, that would also
impact. That's like giving him a raise.
Yeah, be like, hey, don't worry, we'll get you on the back end.
That's cool. I wonder if Jamar Chase thought about that when he was negotiating. Like, I need more money in the first year.
Yeah,
because that makes T's franchise tag worth more.
I'm sure T. Higgins would be totally thrilled with that explanation.
Yeah,
like, hey, we're paying Jamar Chase this much money, but guess what? It actually means that you get another $500,000.
Yeah, he'd be like, great, fuck you. There's one other thing that Howie did, Max. I don't know if you saw that quote. You see his quote about winning Super Bowls?
I did not see
It's pretty good. He said, the first one is almost like having sex for the first time. You're just so happy you had sex. It's not even the quality of it. The second time, it's like I can almost have fun and enjoy this. I like that.
I need him to have more sex, though.
Okay. He's only had sex.
I want him to, like...
Put on the bonk list.
Is that a bonk?
Yeah, you want Howie Roseman to fuck.
I want Howie
Yeah, you want him to fuck.
But it's a metaphor.
No, that's supporting the boys.
Yeah.
You want your boys to get laid.
Correct.
Imagine losing your virginity to Nick Foles.
That would hurt.
That would be bad.
That would hurt.
He probably didn't even enjoy that Super Bowl at all.
That would hurt a lot.
Probably couldn't walk for a week afterwards.
Yeah, that would not be good. But yeah, Howie's up to something. He's up to something. Mm-hmm. So are we officially in the non-tampering zone of free agency?
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah. Let's just say fuck it.
Fuck it.
Let's start tampering.
Tamper away. Also, Davante Adams got released.
Yes.
So he will probably co-attend whatever job interview that Aaron Rodgers goes on, like in Step Brothers.
Yeah.
That's probably ski vacation.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do.
You think he'd want to play in Las Vegas?
I can't see him in a Raiders uniform.
We're 6 days away from...
6 days from the non-tampering? Start tampering.
NFL's legal tampering period, a.k.a. free agency, is 1 week away.
You know what? I hereby declare legal tampering open.
Yep. I will look the other way if anyone wants to tamper right now.
Yeah.
Do you think A.J. Brown's going to stay a Philadelphia Eagle?
Oh, is that a question?
This is going off of the Patriots reached out to see if A.J. Brown was available.
Well, good thing we released the tampering period.
Yeah. Did they reach out to Howie or did they reach out to AJ?
I don't know. I saw an aggregator tweet about this, which seems like a big nothing.
Yeah. Did you get aggregated, Hank?
No, the Patriots want him.
Aggregated.
Well, every team should want AJ Brown. He's really good.
But they don't have his former coach as their new head coach.
Traded him away.
Memes just threw in traded him away.
That wasn't him.
He was the coach then.
There's video of him in the war room.
Oh, Hank's done his research. Hank's come with the research. You didn't expect that, memes.
He was traded away under Mike Vrabel's tenure.
He didn't.
That's not really. He's not the one that decided.
Do you think that Mike Vrabel wanted to trade AJ Brown?
Yeah, probably fucking hates him.
Oh,
I don't think that's what happened.
So then, why would they call the Eagles to see if he's available?
You got aggregated.
Aggregated
Wait,
assault.
so they didn't? You're saying the Patriots didn't call the Eagles?
No.
that's a heavy accusation to lay on someone else. Tell them they got aggregated.
Aggregated.
That's fucked up.
Memes would never get aggregated.
Ever.
Memes. Where's Davante Adams going to go? And are you sad?
I'm going to say San Francisco.
What was your favorite Davante Adams highlight? Was it when he popped out behind Aaron Rodgers on the McAfee show?
That was cool.
Oh, he had one. He had
I
a
liked
good
his tackle that he made against the Steelers.
Oh, that's good.
tackle.
Wide receivers making tackles.
He had one great release too. Did you see that release?
The Texans?
I think it was against the. He did a little sidestep at the line of scrimmage, broke a guy's ankles.
Yeah,
Fucked him up.
that was cool.
I think it was like an 11-yard gain.
So
I'm thinking of the touchdown.
So overall, Davante Adams as a Jet, grade it.
Gonna go C-.
Oh,
Okay, that's not bad.
wow, that's very generous.
He wasn't the most disappointing missing piece.
No, he was electric. He was incredible. He gave that speech that fired up the team that Aaron
That's
Rodgers said
right.
was life-changing.
Yeah,
the
life-changing
life-changing speech changed everyone's life. That's exactly right. Okay, do we have anything else going on in the world of sports?
Sam Darnold will not be franchise tagged.
Yes.
So
situation's fluid.
it's very fluid. I guess he could go back to Minnesota at this point.
Yeah.
Or he could be a Giant.
He could be a Giant. That would be very funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love whenever a situation is fluid.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be a Raider.
You think so?
I think he's going to be a Raider. I don't know where that puts. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Giant. Devontae Adams is going to be a Giant as well.
I think I would like to see Sam back in New York.
Back in the New York groove. I'm back in the New York groove.
The New York groove.
Okay. We want to do Hot Seat Cool Throne? We got 2 great interviews coming up. Very, very fun interviews. Hot Seat Cool Throne is brought to you by our friends at Body Armor. This episode is brought to you by Body Armor Flash IV. Body Armor Flash IV is packed with electrolytes and provides faster and longer-lasting hydration with no artificial flavors, sweeteners, or dyes. With great-tasting flavors like strawberry, kiwi, and tropical punch, Body Armor Flash IV gives your body the rehydration it needs to recover. Get yours at a local 7-Eleven or on Amazon today. We love Body Armor. Flash IVs are great, especially weekend, Saturday morning. Wake up, pound of Flash IV, feel good, rehydrate. Also, Body Armor bottles are the best because they're big bottles with the big wide mouth, and I like those more than any other bottle out there. Hank, what?
List or no?
Bunk list? No.
Okay.
Do you have it?
My hot seat is not really a hot seat. It's more of a hat tip around the horn. ESPN announced today that they will host their final episode Friday, May 23rd.
Oh.
Okay.
And that made me a little sad.
The Ides of May.
Yeah.
Ides of May. PTI around the horn every single day after school. It's just sad. Times are changing.
It is sad.
Yeah, it is sad.
Woody Page must have run out of shit to put on his blackboard. That's the only excuse I can think.
Why are they getting rid of it? Is there a reason? Ratings, or is it just run its course? Nothing?
Don't know.
No follow-up?
I think they announced that they were going to get rid of it a while ago, but now they have a date
Got it.
that they put on it. So, I mean, you can't get rid of a sports program like that during football season.
No.
But late May, yeah.
Yeah. Just let it go out.
People won't, they're not going to realize it's gone until August, and then they'll be like, wait, I need to hear people scream at each other.
Yeah, Around the Horn PTI back in like the early 2000s was peak.
PTI is still good, by the way.
PTI is still great. I'm just saying like that was when it was, because PTI was very new and refreshing when it started, and those guys are still awesome together. But I'm just saying like that stretch where it was just, especially because it was before smartphones, so your sports news came from those two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's what made the early Around the Horn so great too, was the panelists that they'd have on. They had those relationships, and they would get like pissed off at each other. They'd yell at each other,
right?
And it was great. And they figured
Mariotti.
Mariotti was the GOAT. They figured out a way to make talking to each other about sports a sport.
Yeah, yeah.
And the point system that made no sense.
Yeah, and Tony Reali seems like one of like the best dudes ever.
Yeah, seems like a solid guy.
I feel like no one's ever said a bad word about Tony Reali.
No,
and this program won't either.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony Reali and TJ Lavin. I feel like they were like kind of like related. They always looked the same to me. And they were
really
iconic hosts of the early 2000s.
We got to go visit our friend TJ.
I know.
Yeah.
I love TJ. All right.
Can't you see them? Like they're like, like cousins.
I can see what you're saying.
And then my cool throne is embracing debate. We didn't talk about this. Travis Hunter at the Combine said that him playing offense and defense is harder than Shohei playing offense and defense.
Oh, okay. Embrace.
Oh.
And I think he's right.
Wait, but
like what he does on the football field is harder
than pitching and hitting? Playing offense, defense, every baseball player does that.
No, obviously.
Right.
Being a professional pitcher and being a professional cornerback and a professional wide receiver at the same time playing in the same game.
I feel like it would be a better comparison if Travis Hunter was a cornerback and a quarterback.
Yeah. I think Shohei still clears
Why?
that. Well, we've seen it.
It's a more specialized position,
and we've seen
there's
guys
so
do
much
it.
crossover between like
hitting is not a specialized position.
No, but I'm saying there's a lot of crossover between if you're playing corner, if you're playing wide receiver. There's a lot of the same skills that you would use for both of those. Shohei as a pitcher and then as a hitter, it's completely different.
I also think
I don't know about that. There's a lot of pitchers that can hit. And there's a lot of
but not
fielders
like
that can
he
pitch.
not like no.
He's like
there's
the
not
best.
a lot of pitchers that can hit like Shohei can hit.
Yeah.
And
Name
there's not a lot of
one.
hitters that can pitch like
Dontrell Willis.
No one can
Carlos Zambrano.
No one Big Z could
this
hit.
This is bad.
No one can pitch. No pitcher has been able to pitch and hit the way Shohei hits. And no hitter has been able to hit and pitch the way Shohei pitches.
And no person has successfully. I guess he
But
hasn't
they
done
have
it yet.
there have been other guys.
That have successfully played both snaps all game.
Well, you haven't seen it in the NFL.
Yeah, in the NFL maybe not, but like
Sonny Ball.
But you can't
Charles
say this
Woodson,
until he does it
Dion,
in the NFL.
like some of these guys could do both.
I think Sonny Ball led the league in touchdown passes, interceptions, and punting in a season.
I mean, Troy Brown, Edelman played both, but not success. I guess it will see after the season if he's successfully able to do both. But
I think what Shohei's doing is still like one of the most insane things.
It is crazy, yes.
And I love Travis Hunter. We'll see if he can do it in
Shohei
the
have a
NFL.
Heisman?
That's fucking good,
Good point.
points.
God damn it.
God damn it. You're on your game today. I mean, I have no response to that.
Travis Hunter doesn't have any gambling scandal connections to him.
Travis Hunter doesn't have MLB World Series. He doesn't have a World Series ring.
Yeah, but Shohei didn't even play. He only played one position.
But can Shohei go live on Twitch?
Probably not. I don't think. Well,
Why?
yeah, I don't think so.
Could he pull like Travis pulled?
He got us with the Heisman.
Yeah, that's
Fucked
good.
us up.
Embrace
bad.
debate.
Yeah,
This
that's
is,
how it's
this
done.
This is why we debate.
This is how it's done.
That was supreme debate. Hank.
Point Hank. Travis Hunter more impressive than Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, yeah.
I will say that he has to hit people.
Yeah.
On both sides.
I will start
and
agreeing.
Shohei doesn't even play the field.
I'll start agreeing with
He just hits.
I'll start agreeing with what you're saying.
How
if
hard can that be?
Travis Hunter is able to do this in the pros, because that will be insane. I think he'll have packages on offense, but I don't think any team's going to let him play that many snaps in the pros.
I feel like that's what he said when
I think he's gonna try.
He made the switch to Colorado. It's
But
like,
no
it's different
team-
now. He's D1.
But that's
major
just double the
conference.
chance of getting injured.
I think he's going to try to do
I still
it.
don't think he would have to be the best corner and the best receiver in the league.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's not the best pitcher, but he's up there.
He's up there.
He's up there. He is up
He's
there.
the best
He'd
hitter
have
in
to
the
be-
league, and he would have to be
He'd have to be the best wide receiver and a top 5, top 10 cornerback would be the comparable.
he would be an all-pro, and if MLB had all-pro like the NFL does, he would be an all-pro in both.
Correct.
If he stayed healthy and played both.
No, that's a good point.
Why are you putting that on him?
He's got you.
Because he didn't.
He didn't. He did not. He did not. And
He would like
Shohei
he has.
eventually,
But he has.
Incorrect.
But
And he
Shohei
has.
Shohei eventually will just be hitting eventually.
Yeah, but
We'll see how much more he can pitch. I hope he can keep pitching. Hank kind of bodied us.
Well, also counterpoint though, Hank. This is one thing I learned watching Around the Horn. You have to say the hardest thing to do in sports is hitting a baseball.
I also don't think Hank actually believes what he's arguing. He just wants to be the other side of the argument, which is a good role to have.
No,
I don't think you actually believe it.
We are
no.
in
I think
supreme debate.
there's a better chance of another Shohei Ohtani coming around than another Travis Hunter.
So
No, that's not
wrong.
right. That's not
That
right.
is
That's
so
not right.
wrong.
That's
Way
just not
more
right.
physically demanding.
That's just not right. What you just said.
What do you mean that's more physically demanding?
What you just said is just not right.
Yeah, Hank. Who else has done it at Shohei's level ever?
Babe Ruth.
And in 100 years ago, when they didn't
Yeah.
let black people
It's been
play.
100 years.
Well,
since
they didn't have the DH in the NL till like 2 years ago.
So
What? They had it in the AL.
Yeah, he's not on the AL team.
What?
where was he
What the?
2 years
What is
ago?
that? Oh, okay. Now Hank's losing. Now Hank's losing.
Go back to the Heisman.
Yeah.
How many picks does he have?
It's good debate. That was good fucking debate. You agree?
Yes, embrace
Yeah,
the date.
yeah.
Cool down.
We leave. We get outside the white lines. We're friends again.
Yep.
Inside the white lines, we're enemies.
I still think Hank won though.
Yeah, I mean the Heisman thing just
Yeah,
crippled
he
me.
got off to a hot start. We couldn't catch
I
him.
went, that brought me to my knees.
Yeah.
All right, PFT.
My hot seat is the Houston Rodeo. I think it was a Houston Rodeo.
Okay.
It was a rodeo that was happening right outside NRG Stadium. Or they were loading in for the rodeo to take place at NRG Stadium, and a bull got out and ran away. I think it might still be on the loose right now. We got a runaway bull in Houston. And according to the Texas Livestock Committee, they have a name for it when a bull escapes and gets out in the wild.
Okay. Is it just oh shit?
No, it's not oh shit.
Okay.
It's called a Johnny Football.
Oh.
So we have a currently happening Johnny Football. We need to get the choppers in the air and chase this thing down. But this thing is just steamrolling people on the sidewalks of Houston. It's pretty great. Like there's a guy wearing a neon vest that steps in front to try to stop it. And the bull's just like, no, I'm not. I don't care about your neon vest. I'm going to, like, he's like blowing a whistle at it. Bull doesn't care. Bull just goes through. Anyways, it's a cool video to watch, and it's rodeo season.
That is cool.
My other hot seat is, I'm just going to say it, Blake's on my hot seat right now.
Uh-oh.
Blake got put in timeout at daycare again today. This has happened a couple times. He's grabbing dogs by the collar and walking them around.
I love that. Alpha.
I don't like that. I don't like that behavior from him. He's taking other
the
dogs
fun,
for a walk.
fun uncles. We love that.
This is fun uncle
we love
encouragement
that
behavior.
shit.
We're gonna have a talk when I get home because he can't be doing this shit.
I'm on your side.
And
why, Max? What do you know about owning a dog?
Dog life is tough.
Yeah.
Max
brutal.
said reality just hit him that he got a dog. It's cute, and then you gotta train the dog and live with the dog
there's a lot that goes into it.
and
yeah.
think about the dog.
I love my dog. I've been single dog parent this week, and it's just sucks.
Oh no!
I've just been going back and forth from the office.
Oh no!
Honestly, it has me on edge. I'm yelling at everybody today.
Oh,
I'm
no.
yelling at everybody today.
A whole dog just to yourself?
Yeah,
That's a lot of
Oh my
responsibility.
god!
dogs are harder than kids.
Yep. I agree, Max. Preach, Max. Been there. I've been doing it.
What if you have three? What if you have 3 kids and a dog?
But then the dog.
Then the kids can
gets
take
in
care of
line.
each other.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
The dog helps to raise the kid.
The dog definitely gets in line when the kids show up.
So
Stops being a dog.
I get a call like once every, I'd say 3 weeks from his daycare. And when I see it pop up on my phone, I'm like, oh, fuck, what do you do? Just the same as you would if you got a call from your kid's school. Being like, oh, shit, he's in trouble right now. So I got the call, pick up. They're like, yeah, he's been walking other dogs around. They're not liking it, but he won't stop doing it. Mm-hmm. And we can't think of anything to do to make him stop. There's one thing that I've learned that I can do to make Blake stop doing whatever it is he's doing. And he like freezes and looks at me like, oh, fuck, I'm in big trouble. And if I make this sound, it's that sound. He fucking hates that sound. I couldn't figure out.
Not a cream pie guy.
I couldn't figure out why. And then it dawned on me. The only other time I've seen him give me that look is when he was laying on the couch one time, and I farted on him. And he stood up and he stared at me. He was like, "What the fuck was that, bro?"
That's it.
I think he thinks that I'm farting every time I make that sound at him. So I'm just gonna have to go home and either fart on him or just make that noise.
Damn.
He's in trouble though. Blake, if you're listening, I still love you very much.
I think I'd still rather get
You're
a
in fucking
call
trouble, dude.
about Stella than one of my kids at school.
No, Max, he doesn't get it.
You don't get it.
You don't get it.
You don't
It
get it.
one's a human.
Yeah, but
humans
the
can
dog-
understand.
Humans can talk.
They can understand words.
Humans.
You can't just go to your son and he's
Yeah.
gonna stop.
He'll
So
probably
if a
laugh.
school calls me, I'm like, my immediate thought is something really bad happened to my human.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When I get a call, I'm like, oh, something really bad happened to my dog.
Yeah.
And it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I'm still pissed at Hank for the Otani thing.
He bodied you in Supreme Debate. What are you going to say?
Yeah. I've been yelling. I just got to stop yelling.
Yeah,
at people.
you're literally mad you have to go eat tonight dinner a couple times.
You would be in
you'd
tears
be
right now.
You would have been crying for a week.
No, bring it on.
Oh, I have to do this challenge.
I'd probably do 50 on my own.
All right, my hot seat.
My cool throne.
Oh,
sorry.
your cool throne. Sorry.
My cool throne, Pete Rose. Because Pete Rose might get reinstated into baseball.
Oh.
Now, he is dead, but Rob Manfred is considering allowing him to be reinstated and therefore maybe putting him in the Hall of Fame.
He got pardoned.
And then I think Pete, a quote from Pete came out from before he died that said, after I die, they'll reinstate me at that point, which it was a lifetime ban.
Right.
The operative word being life.
Right.
He's no longer alive.
Right.
He's dead. So the ban should have already been lifted.
Yeah, it would make sense. I mean, from everything I've heard from the Pete Rose, I always thought he should have been in the Hall of Fame, but it did feel like Pete Rose never had actual remorse for anything he did.
Never.
At
Never.
all.
He just like incrementally apologized for more and more things, but also said more lies about what he didn't do.
I think someone told the story once that like he had a big meeting with, I think it was either Seelig or Manfred, basically trying to like show contrition, and then he just walked across the street and went right to the sports book.
Yeah.
And it was just like, all right.
Yeah,
Doesn't care.
he did not. The man liked to gamble.
Yeah. All right, my hot seat is UPFT. Do we think that the hit show Tard Knocks, the naming of it, has maybe ended Hard Knocks at UNC?
The Tard Knocks curse.
It was. I think you dropped it on Sunday, and then on Tuesday they're like, "Yeah, we're not doing it."
I think somebody from HBO listened to the show and was like, "Everyone's going to be calling it Tard Knocks."
Yeah, I think so
we
too.
Can't have this.
Yeah,
it was a good
agree.
name.
It was a good name, but it's no longer.
So what happened there?
I don't know.
Bill Belichick struggles with commitment.
Yeah, but Bob Diaco is back. He's on the staff. Mm-hmm. Love Bob Diaco.
So are they going to try to get a professional team to do it, or are they going to just try to find another college team?
Hard Knocks, you can do the PMT.
Yeah.
You're welcome to do it
Hard
for
Knocks.
the right price.
Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks.
Doesn't the NFL like have to do it? That's what I always thought.
I always thought so too.
I
They
think-
could just demand.
I think they have to do the regular Hard Knocks, but to do the off-season Hard Knocks, since it's like a new thing, they might just be like, no, fuck you. We don't want to do that.
Yeah. All right. My other hot seat is: are we good?
No one asked for more hard. I mean, the in-season one's not bad.
In
but-
season one, I liked the training camp one or the OTA. I don't care, but the in season I actually enjoyed just because it's one of those stupid tricks you play on your brain. It's like seeing yourself on a jumbotron. And you're like, oh, I'm right there. I'm right here. When you watch in season Hard Knocks and you're watching it, you say, oh, I remember watching that game.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Or you're watching it with somebody that isn't a big football fan, and you're like, I know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
after this.
right.
They're setting you up for something.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to watch. Also, my hot seat: are we good with Canada or no?
I'm good with Canada.
I'm good with Canada.
It seems like they put a retaliatory tariff on us.
Oh, we're in a tariff off.
We're in a tariff off, and I'm hearing that it might get resolved tomorrow.
Okay, so
We're the shortest war ever.
I don't want to hate Canada.
No, I like
got
Canada.
no beef with Canada.
I got no beef with the Canadian people.
Yeah. All right, my cool throne is the bonk list because ask and you shall receive. Our guy PMT Stats, who does a great job, has updated the bonk list. So I'm sure he'll send it to you memes. But so far the standings through this year are PFT
I know
with.
it was a competition.
Well, I mean that was how it started. Yeah.
I think I was
Pretty sure
saying
I
that-
just started it.
No, we started it because we had a debate of who's hornier.
I said Big Cat was hornier. He
And
said
I was like,
hornier.
PFT's hornier.
Yeah.
He makes more sex jokes. And then we started the bonk list. PFT, you are in the lead right now with 5.
Well, who is so PMT Stats? I appreciate
Met him. Great dude.
I appreciate all the work that he does, but how are we? He's just going based on what he thinks is a horny comment.
Probably when we say bonk list.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
I'm in second at 4. Hank, you have 2. Max and Memes both asexual, 0.
All right.
Also, Daryl Morey's on the bonk list because there was Kesha had an Instagram where it was just her butt was out and he liked it. And it's just kind of a funny thing.
What
to
post
think
is
of.
that?
Hold on, I bookmarked it.
Okay, yeah, show it.
I'll send it
I
to
wanna
you.
see it.
It's just a funny
I
visual.
like Kesha.
I love Kesha. She has bangers. It's just a funny visual of just seeing Kesha with her butt out and then Daryl Morey liked by.
Yeah.
Good job, Daryl.
I like that, Daryl.
He's getting horny with it. Okay.
I'm gonna have to look this up and bookmark it too.
Yeah. But don't bonk him. That was just research.
Mm-hmm.
Max, Memes, you guys have anything to say about being asexual?
I got to step my game up.
Yeah.
Sorry, I respect women.
Do you?
Yup.
Sounds like you don't.
Yeah, sounds
do.
like you don't. Sounds
No,
like
you guys look at
No.
them as sexual objects.
No,
No.
I'd say out of those 5, I'm gonna guess that
he's still so mad.
that 2 of them have just
Shohei
been
had
me
60
being
stolen
horny.
bases last year.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause he
listen.
doesn't have to play the field.
How can you respecting women so much to say that they're attractive and you want to have sex with them? That's the ultimate respect. No? Okay. Max is literally just looking up more stats.
Yeah, is it disrespectful to women
looking
to go on their Instagram and say, I like this picture that you took and you uploaded?
Yeah.
I'm
Is
appreciating their work.
Is it disrespectful to go on Twitter and see a woman post something and say, I would pay $1 million just for you to fart in a cup for me? No, that's just respecting their work. Come on, Max.
Is it disrespectful to say, AJ Titties, I would drink your bathwater? Or is it supporting a small business?
Is it disrespectful to say who's back of the week? Casey Anthony? or you just really like murderers.
Right.
Who said that?
You did.
Well, she's back,
She is back.
and I am fascinated with her.
The murdering part?
I'm fascinated with her as a liar.
Okay.
She is like a top 5 liar of all time.
Casey Anthony looks like Susan Boyle. Do you care?
No. And the thing is, I don't know who Susan Boyle is.
It's the American Idol
British Got
singer.
Talent, British. I was going
Oh,
to say
yeah,
America's
yeah,
Got
yeah.
Talent.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even if Casey Anthony looked like almost anybody besides Casey Anthony would not care.
Yeah. Max, why don't you start respecting women a little bit more?
I very much respect women.
Doesn't sound like it. You're still.
Yeah,
you got
I do.
another Shohei stat for us? You're deep into stats right now. I can see. Your
I mean, he
face.
finished 4th in Cy Young one year.
Damn.
But
Wow.
what is
in
is
the,
that?
in the AL?
What does that mean? Wow.
Now, I want to defend Daryl Morey real quick
That was
here.
the Heisman. All right, did they invite 4 people to the Heisman to New York?
The Heisman is
Heisman.
college.
I know, but I'm just talking awards.
Yeah. Shohei does not have one.
He has 2 MVPs.
Does not have a Heisman.
But on this post, he might have just been liking the caption because the caption was "fuck Kanye,
Oh.
love to 2 Chainz."
Oh, okay. So that might be it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to our interviews. We got Liam Coen, and then we have Brady Tkachuk, Captain America. We're brought to you by our friends at Truly. Truly Unruly is the first high ABV hard seltzer that actually tastes good. Truly Unruly is a hard seltzer that breaks all the rules, drinks light, parties hard. With 8% ABV, it hits hard but still tastes amazing. Comes in 4 fresh flavors: Tropical Twist, Berry Blast, Citrus Crush, Strawberry Smash. It's the official hard seltzer, pardon my take. Find Truly Unruly at a store near you or visit trulyhardseltzer.com. We just had the Truly people in for a little photo shoot that's coming out. So we love Truly. We're going to get unruly this summer with Truly. So Truly Unruly, 8% ABV. It hits hard, but still tastes amazing. We're also brought to you by Stella Blue. Stella Blue's Coffee Mug Mania contest is going on right now. Don't miss your chance to design Stella Blue Coffee's next best-selling coffee mug. Submit your original mug design by March 9th for a chance to walk away with the grand prize of $2,500 and to have your mug featured on StellaBlueCoffee.com. Visit StellaBlueCoffee.com to learn more today and use promo code PMT for 20% off your orders or $25 or find Stella Blue Coffee on Amazon for next day delivery. Great purpose through great coffee. Again, we're giving away $2,500 to the best mug creator, and we're going to feature your mug. So go check it out right now, StellaBlueCoffee.com. Great coffee, great cause, and you can win $2,500 if you design an awesome mug. So it's super easy to set up and design your mug and use that code PMT for 20% off orders of $25 or more. Great purpose through great coffee. Okay, here he is, Jacksonville Jaguars head coach, Liam Coen. Okay, we now welcome on a very special guest. It is Jacksonville Jaguars head coach, Liam Coen. First of all, Coach, thank you for joining us. We're at the Combine. How does it feel just right off the rip? Are you getting used to the fact that you're being introduced as a head coach now?
Yeah, it's a dream, man. Dream come true. Obviously, grew up in this deal, right? Watched my dad do it at a really young age. Grew up in sidelines, in coaches' offices, in locker rooms, and I always wanted to be him. I wanted to be him, and to be able to do it on this stage with this opportunity, can't thank Shad Khan enough for this.
So I read a story about you growing up that, like, even when you were 5 years old, you weren't playing with like Ninja Turtles. You were drawing up plays.
Yeah.
Is that like a tall tale, or is that actually what it was when you were a kid? You were just drawing up, the wishbone offense.
That was real. I think that was probably Dad pushing that narrative in ways, but it was our passion. Like, that was our shared bond. It was football. It was sports. It was basketball. It was baseball. It was all sports. That's been life. At a very young age, and unfortunately for my wife, I don't have a lot of other tools in life, but football is something that ultimately I've done for a really long time.
Yeah.
Do you use any of those plays that you drew up when you were 5?
Dude, the wing tee, a lot of the wing tee principles that we used in a lot of our 21 pony stuff with the 2 back and the gap schemes and some of the GT stuff we did with the misdirection.
Yeah.
It was really a process from the wing tee, which is what I ran and what my dad ran back in the day.
So when you were playing, because you played college ball, was there a moment even when you were playing college ball, you're like, I know I'm not going to be playing anymore, but I'm going to be a coach? Was that when did that happen?
Like my senior year, I had my elbow was shot. I was getting shot up every Wednesday to practice and Saturday to play. And so knew that was falling off. The cliff was falling off. Too many curveballs as a 10-year-old, and it just wasn't going in that direction. I went and trained, and Matt Nagy actually was training me at the time in Lancaster, PA, and I just knew it wasn't really going to be in the future. So had an opportunity to go to Brown really early on. Mark Whipple actually helped kind of get me that job, and knew from a very young age, I think, that this was what I wanted to do if I couldn't play.
Yeah. I feel like Brown and Holy Cross are two schools where, like, coaches know that's a great coaching school.
Yes.
What makes a great coaching school?
Man, Maine too. I would say a lot of good coaches from that area, like that Northeast. You go with the old Atlantic 10, which became the CAA, and in the Ivy League, you can get opportunities because, well, you're paying nothing at a young age. You can go in and you wear a lot of different hats. So I was like the video coordinator in 2010. I'm the video coordinator, quarterbacks coach, recruited like 10 states, and you get an opportunity to develop as a coach. But I've met guys that have come into the NFL and not knowing how to make a copy. Right, so you've got to be able to learn and give the ops, and I think that that's what some of those kind of programs do. They give you an op to really kind of dive into it.
Yeah. So at what point? Talk me through your Sean McVay coaching tree.
Yeah.
His coaching tree is pretty insane. There was a joke, that if you had a cup of coffee with Sean McVay, you were going to be a head coach.
Yeah.
So you got the benefit of that. But how did you get introduced to Sean McVay? And like, I would assume we know him, fairly well, but like, impressing him to the point, it feels like he's got a pretty discerning eye in terms of who he's bringing into his group.
Right.
How were you able to like get into the Sean McVay house?
Yeah, so it was after the first year in 2017. Matt LaFleur ends up going to the Tennessee Titans to go call it. Zach Taylor gets promoted from assistant receivers coach to quarterbacks. He doesn't name an offensive coordinator. A couple guys were on that staff. Shane Waldron was on that staff. A couple guys that I knew. I knew Zach a little bit when he was at Cincinnati. I was at Maine. We played UConn, had a little bit of a familiarity there. So knew a couple guys in the building, but ultimately it was a blind op. Like it was a blind op. I mean, Shane I knew a little bit, but it was a blind op. Those guys that I kind of were in the interview process against had connections to Sean. I had no connection to him. Came in, I was the offensive coordinator at Maine, and then a quick stop at Holy Cross that I didn't even get to coach at. Go in, interview for the assistant receivers job, and he's got me on the board doing, protections. He was drawing up an Abbey front, which we talk about, the split mug. It's the Zimmer stuff with the double A-gap mug stuff. And he's like, hey, man, how are you picking up nickel Mike pressure out of this look? And I'm up on the board like, wait, I'm interviewing for the assistant receivers job.
Right.
And you got me talking protections.
Right.
And I had never seen that look. And he's like, I turned to him. I said, I don't know what this is. He's like, man, don't worry about it. It's new in the league. We're just trying to ask a bunch of people and figure it out. So it was an honest kind of opportunity.
Yeah.
And I felt like I ended up going and winning the job.
When you go for that interview, do you have like one play in your back pocket where you're like, I'm gonna fucking knock his socks off with this one? What is it?
It was a play action concept with basically a Max Pro play action that I knew that they had run a few times with Deshaun Jackson when he was in Washington. It was like a deep V cut pylon route, we call it, which is like an 18-yard, stick your foot in the ground, go to the back pylon, and then he would use read on the sail concept and be able to chase it with a Max Pro play pass. I drew that one up. We had used it at Maine. And then really on third down, we drew up my favorite drop back concept was what we call pressure drive, which is an old school West Coast concept that he had run for a long time. And but the detail, right? It was like detailing that play, I think was cool to be able to talk through because, when you get off the board and he's not really hitting you on a ton of different coaching points, you feel like at least you nailed it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you have an overall coaching philosophy?
Yeah, fast. That is what we talk about, fast. Fundamentally sound, attacking, situational masters, and tough, both mentally and physically. So that's where it starts. That's where it stems. I think that The mentally and physically tough part, though, is the one that we really want to talk about, right? We go into Tampa this past year. They have the 32nd ranked run game in the NFL in the last 2 seasons, and we go and, bring it to number 4 this past season. So it was buy-in. It was all about toughness, physicality, the way that we wanted to play the game, our style of play. I mean, dude, Mike Evans is digging out support on safeties. He doesn't have to do that stuff.
Right.
And so we got him to that point. There was immediate buy-in. I think that's where it all kind of stemmed from.
Wait, run through that acronym again.
Fast.
Okay.
Yep. Fundamentally sound. Attacking.
Already not a great acronym if you have to use 2 words, but keep going.
Fundamental.
Okay.
Attacking.
Yep.
Situational masters.
Again.
What do you mean?
This is
situational.
bad. This is
situational.
bad.
Wait, is
toughness. What are you talking
situational
about?
master, is that 1 word or 2?
It's
That's
2
2 words.
Okay, so
Situational.
Phasmed.
Yeah. All right, so situational masters.
How do I achieve situational mastery?
Dude, there's a lot of tape that we can go back and watch.
Yeah.
I mean, we watch Super Bowls, 2-minute drives, 4-minute drives, clock management situations we try to show them the good and the bad, right? But from previous years. Like Belichick had this book. Coach Belichick had a book. We thought it was like the Bible that you have. And it's been kind of passed along through a lot of different people. And he's got specific games, situations, when things came up to where you can go back and look at. Those situations still come up today.
Yeah.
We have a situational book.
Do you really?
Yeah, you want to ask him about the book? Our book?
Yeah. We can ask him about the book. What's the T, though?
Tough.
Okay, so you kind of recovered at the end, but yeah, you got to work on that. You can't.
Come on.
An acronym can't have multiple words in each one. Like
It was pretty clean.
or situational
pretty
football
clean.
maybe
Wait,
would have been better.
Fundamental.
Situational masters.
I forgot A already.
Yeah, but
Attitude.
that's bad.
Attacking.
Fundamental.
No, it's not fundamental.
What's
It's
that?
fundamental. There's 2 words, right? What's F?
Fast.
Fast.
Fundamentally sound. Attacking.
Fundamentally sound. Attacking.
Situational masters.
Situational masters.
And tough.
Okay.
Yep.
D
Pretty clean.
minus.
So the
D
fast-
minus.
Pretty easy.
acronym.
But also the
No,
fast
that's
is
bad.
also the
I think ask Bake. I think he'll probably say it was pretty good.
Listen. That was.
I think those guys all bought in pretty quick.
Wait, who? Baker?
The entire Tampa Bay
Yeah, but
offense.
Baker's a dog.
Yeah.
Baker's a dog. Wait, so let's do our
Well, no, I was going
situational.
to say, if you brought up Baker, I just want to see, do you feel bad making Baker have to meet another offensive coordinator?
Bad. I don't feel. It's not bad. It's unfortunate in ways because of the competitor, because of the person that he is. We got really close. Obviously, we worked together in LA for those last kind of like 5 or 6 weeks. He was paramount, kind of in my evolution to coming to Tampa, like getting there. So yeah, you definitely feel unfortunate for the situation because of the type of dude that he is. But he's in a place where he's continuing to ascend. Like he's just doing this right now. He's got a ton of confidence. He's at a place where a lot of people love him and believe in him, and I think that's only going to continue.
Did you ever text him back?
Oh yeah, what do you mean?
Because he said that he was left on red.
No, dude.
Okay, all right, good.
We
Because we love
saw
Baker.
each other in person.
Okay, all right. So
Okay.
wait, which situation? Do you
Well,
want to
I
run?
was
We have
thinking
2.
the
but
book that we use for everybody is
yeah.
it's pretty simple math. It's
Yeah.
end of game situation. You want to ask the
Which one?
2 point, 1 point?
Okay, yeah, all right. So you score. So let's say there's 5 minutes left. You're down
Mm-hmm.
14. You score a touchdown. Are you going for 2 or
Gotta
1?
go for 2.
All right, that's
Gotta.
smart. Okay.
Just so you know what you're going to deal with
All right.
moving forward.
All right, that's good. You know that. Here's another one, hot shot. It's 4th and goal on the 8, and you're down 8, and you're going up against the greatest quarterback of all time. Do you kick a field goal to go down 5, or do you go for it to try to score a touchdown and tie the game?
Got to go for it.
Yeah,
I think
it would
you
be
got to go
crazy
for
to
it.
kick that field goal.
Who's on the other side?
It's actually the best quarterback in the history of the NFL.
Yeah, it's the Tampa Bay Bucs in the NFC Championship game
Yeah,
against Matt LaFleur and the Packers.
You're going to have to use that op. That you're down there. You're down there. You're going to have to use that op.
You got
But you
it.
can also
Knowing-
kick 3 field goals.
Yeah, when you're down there and you're an opportunity to go score a touchdown. You're that close.
Yeah.
We all know how hard it is to score in the red zone in this league.
Yeah.
So when you're down there, you gotta have your op. I mean, I think you got to be aggressive there.
I feel like over the last 10 years especially, coaches have started to realize that it's smart. It's actually the correct thing to do to go for on 4th down more often. But is that a change that you noticed as you started coaching? Or the second you got into the coaching gig, it was like that was already the thought that was bubbling its way up to the NFL?
2018, Seattle. We're in Seattle. We're up We're up 1 in Seattle. We're on like the -40. And we're playing Russell Wilson at the time. They were rolling. And we were in a back and forth game. They hadn't stopped us. We really hadn't stopped them. And we take a timeout. It's 4th and 1. And Sean goes around the whole headsets. What do we want to do? Sneak it or punt it. Obviously, give those guys the ball back again. Every single dude on the headset said punt it. Everybody. He goes to Wade Phillips. He's like, man, we haven't stopped them once. Go for it. And we went for it, sneaked it, won it, game over.
Yeah.
If we didn't, could have been catastrophic. They're going to go 5 yards basically to go, kick the game-winning field goal. But it was like that aggressive mentality there, that believing in the guys, and have an understanding of like you haven't stopped them yet.
Yeah.
So that's not probably going to stop at that point. That may not change. It may, but play the odds.
Yeah. All right. So enough of the niceties. Let's get to the real business here. Why you're here, Duval. Let's just break it down because we're actually the perfect people to fix what happened there.
Yeah.
What was going through your head? I have a theory that it actually wasn't the way you said Duval. It was your eyebrows.
Is that right?
You did 2 eyebrow raises, which is unheard of. I've never seen it before. So that was the part
kind of
where
a
it went off the
family
rails. Yeah, like it was going okay.
Yeah.
And then you raise the other eyebrow. I was like, this guy's a freak.
Yeah.
So what was going through your head?
No, it's just a cadence, right? I'm a quarterback by nature. I'm using my cadence. And hey, at the end of the day, you have to adapt to different cadences. That was my cadence at the time. And now, hey, I'm going to learn from these guys and be able to do a better job next time.
How does it work with the PR team when you finish the press conference and you walk off, you're like, I nailed that. And then someone's like, sir, the Duval thing is going viral.
I mean, I just go back to Dan Campbell talking about biting kneecap.
Yeah, yeah. That's we actually made that point on your behalf. It's like, listen,
like
you can judge on our job is to judge on first impressions.
For sure.
That is our job.
Yeah.
But there's, if you just judge fully on first impressions, everyone thought Dan Campbell was a meathead.
Yeah,
and he'd never win.
Yeah, I think kind of a message for Shad Khan and what we're trying to do is be bold and be different.
Yeah.
And I've never, this past season in Tampa was my most truest, authentic self for the first time. I wasn't trying to be Sean. I wasn't trying to be Kevin O'Connell. I wasn't trying to be Zach Taylor. I was just being myself. And that was my cadence that day. Obviously wasn't too loved, but I think these guys, once we start winning games.
It made an impression. Do you want to give it another shot without the double eyebrow?
I'm good.
Come on, just give us a Duval, but just regular.
Duval.
There we go.
That's
better.
That was better. And I think you're smart.
I mean, how easy is that?
I think you're smart to hold off on it. Wait until after your first win, and then maybe you hit the Duval and you hit it with a wink too. At the same time.
There you go. It's the eyebrow.
Just keep the other eyebrow down.
Keep it
like
down.
The Rock does the one eyebrow, and everyone loves it.
Yeah,
there you go.
There it is.
So
it's we were having this conversation in Tampa 2 weeks ago. My son, 3-year-old son, just did it.
Okay.
I can do it. My dad does it. It's just kind of a thing. It's not probably the coolest thing, but it's a thing.
Yeah. The eyebrows work.
Yeah, they do.
I think we also, I don't know how much you know about the storied history of the Jacksonville Jaguars, but we have a couple of things that we'd just like to inform you about so that you know what you're getting into, and you have to learn the history of where you're working.
For sure.
Are you familiar with the kid that got his head stuck in the Jaguar statue?
No.
Oh my God!
You need to familiarize yourself with this.
What do you mean?
We've actually had him on the show.
We had him on. We interviewed him. He was pumped up one day. He was, I think, 8 years old at the time. There's a giant Jaguar statue outside the facility.
Yep.
He stuck his head in it. There was a little bit of blood. They called the fire department. They had, I think they had to saw off one of the Jaguar's teeth.
And there was a theory that the Jaguars were cursed because of this.
What year was this?
This was like in the late 90s, I want to say, early 2000s. 95,
Did he
96.
have any issues moving forward? Is he all right?
So we were in California last year, and we were doing a bar event, and this guy comes up to me. He's like, "You don't know who I am, but I'm very important to you." I was like, "What?" And then he was like, "I'm the kid who got my head stuck in the Jaguar statue." So we had him on the show, and we kind of closed the book. So you're welcome for that. I think
he's fine now.
Yeah, you guys are good.
He's good. Do you know how familiar are you with Blake Bortles? Just his game.
I mean, L.A., we were together.
Yeah.
Did you reach out to him?
Oh, yeah.
When you took the job, and you're like, "Hey, just tapping
Dude.
in, making sure I'm letting you know I'm in town now."
Blake, absolute best.
Yeah.
He is the best.
I mean, he took us to golf at Calabasas when he was living out there. He lived right around the corner from the golf course out there. We went and played a few times. I mean, the boat's the stud.
Here's a free idea for you. I I know that he's welcome in the Jaguars family, but maybe excommunicate him so then you can bring him back and everyone's like, holy shit, he did it. He brought the boat back.
Brought the boat, man.
It would, and Blake would do that.
It would.
He probably wouldn't even find out he was excommunicated.
Yeah, he's all in on that.
And then he'd just be like, you're back.
He actually gave us my realtor.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's the best.
Yeah,
absolute
maybe you
best.
do Blake Bortles night. Oh, and then any fan that shaves Blake Bortles haircut into their head, they get free tickets to the game. Blake Bortles lookalike contest in my bedroom.
He gave me a completely different perspective on the quarterback position when he came to LA. Yeah, Jared was young, still growing, and still just that kind of the mentality, the little bit of the hey, screw it, I'm just gonna go let it rip and go play. This is who I am. This is how I play. Mm-hmm. He's like, dude, I'm like Chuck Knobloch.
Yeah.
Like my throat, like he would kill himself. Yeah, he was like so self-deprecating. Yeah, but it was good. It was in a good way. You know, that's actually a good word in our profession.
Yeah. Have you had a chance to sit down with Trevor Lawrence yet?
Yeah.
So what was that? I assume that you had probably met him before, but as coach, what was that first meet and greet about? Like, hey, I'm going to unlock you.
Yeah, I watched him play as actually a freshman in high school. Like it was random. I was there recruiting a different player on his team. He was in a playoff game against Buford High School in Georgia, and he went and ripped it. He was getting smashed in the face, just kept getting up, making plays. And so when I got with him, a couple of weeks ago, it's just you felt a dude that just wants to go take it to the next level. Mm-hmm. Like he's mentally and physically tough. He's been able to go through a lot of stuff, and he's been through a ton of change. And all he wants to do is be great. Like he really does. He just wants to go be coached, go pour into this thing, and I think he's primed to go do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he's going through a ton of change right now. Obviously, had the injury. He's a new father, new coaching staff for the third time now, right?
Yeah,
ton of humility, but like he's got a feeling where he's like, man, I need to kind of play to my potential. I haven't reached it yet, and that's cool to see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Also in Jacksonville history, are you familiar with the pool? The pool in the stadium.
Yeah. Very important.
You have a swimming pool in your stadium. It might be the only NFL team with a pool.
We played there in Clemson. We played Clemson, Kentucky in the bowl game. I didn't even see this thing.
Yeah.
Seriously?
We swam in it with Doug Marone.
Is it clean?
Yeah,
very clean. We were wearing jeans. Yeah.
You went full clothed?
Just jeans. As one does in Florida.
Just
you
an
were
idea.
with Coach Marone there?
Yeah, he went in with us.
Did he
It was
really?
awesome.
That's awesome.
Just spitballing here, I feel like maybe you should ban the pool until you guys have a winning record.
Yeah,
maybe have it like a little carrot, no one in the pool.
Yeah.
And then when people get in the pool, it's like, look, we did
Open
it.
up the pool.
Yeah, open up the pool.
It's like a family. Yeah, I got you. I can respect that.
Listen, the pool is great. We love the pool.
Yeah.
If things are going bad, the pool gets mocked.
Could be a little
it will
bit.
be like, the Jags are down 20 and then there's like 4 dudes standing in the pool.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man, this is sad.
I can see that.
So maybe only when the Jags are up, people out in the pool.
Or how about this? How about you that dye that you grow up hearing about that's in a pool where if you pee? Yeah,
I
don't think that exists, but
a phenomenal idea.
You put that in the pool until you start winning, and then you take the dye out.
Start to shame people.
You can shame people for peeing in it.
Yeah.
Right off the bat.
I respect that.
Mm-hmm.
I got a question about your time in LA that I still don't understand. What does it mean when you're the non-play calling OC?
Yeah.
Do you just sit there the whole time being like, man, I wish I could call a play?
No, it's more that you're in a support role.
Okay.
Right? Like you're the head. Obviously, he's got a ton of responsibilities with offense, defense, special teams, personnel, a lot of stuff. So you're really the rhythm of the week. You're trying to help create the clean rhythm, right? Make sure everybody's staying on task, getting their stuff done, getting the scripts done, defensive scripts, cards. You're essentially organizing throughout the entire week. And then as he gets caught up and gets into the roots of the game plan, then he can start to dive into like how he wants to attack, how does he want to call the game. So is it difficult? Yeah, I probably underestimated that going from calling plays in Kentucky to going to that role in LA after they won the Super Bowl. Probably underestimated that for me.
Yeah.
But you know what you're getting into. You know that you're going to go support a dude that's a complete stud and does things the right way, treats people the right way, and is super infectious. So like that's what you're going to be a part of, and you kind of know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Would you ever get in trouble for, calling too many shots or something when you're an offensive coordinator and you're in practice going up against the defense?
Yeah.
And the head coach has to dial you back and say, hey, we're both trying to learn here.
Yeah,
Let's practice for both sides.
No, we kind of had some of those conversations this past year in Tampa when we were trying to get the run game going. Right, Todd's so multiple Coach Bowles is so multiple on defense, where you're saying, hey, Todd, we might have to have a couple periods where we're just static here, where we can just go block people that are staying put.
Yeah.
So we can get good at blocking a double and a B and a single and a deuce. If we don't get those blocks in practice, how are we supposed to get good at them in the game? And the guys that can really adapt and see it from both lenses, those are probably, usually the most successful ones.
Yeah.
Is Todd Bowles addicted to blitzing?
Dude, it was like, I felt like it was just a barrage
Yeah.
in training camp, but you don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah.
Like, you really don't. He's so multiple that way. I've never seen somebody in the second half of games adjust in 10 minutes. And we all know what halftime adjustments got. Like, you're getting the stuff you hadn't called in the first half, or things that are working. How do you now dress it up to go do it differently? Todd Bowles had an ability in second half of games to take what they were doing and almost be like, we're going to do this, and completely shut people down. I'd never really seen that before. He ran the entire show. It was pretty cool to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you say to the haters that say Mike Evans getting that 1,000 yards was cheap?
Dude, I know that was one of the coolest moments I've ever been a part of, man. What do you mean?
I think at the time, I liked it for Mike Evans a lot. I give him all the credit in the world. I didn't like it from the Saints because it was like, you're supposed to hate the Bucs.
Right.
Why are you going to let him do this?
Dude,
yeah.
They didn't let it happen.
You don't think so?
Not at all.
So what happened on that play?
We got him open, and he made a play.
Okay.
Like that. That's confidence.
Dude,
you sure?
We ran the same exact play in the red zone the prior play when Baker flips it to Bucky.
Uh-huh.
We had that play called, but Baker checked out of it because he thought he was getting zero blitz. So he checked out of that exact play. We ran something else. It wasn't open. Mike wasn't open. He ends up scrambling, flipping it to Bucky. Bucky just kind of innately gets in the end zone, and everybody's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
What did we just do?
Yeah.
We just ruined this for him. Mm-hmm. And so when we got the ball back, we went back to that same play that we wanted to call down there, and obviously didn't check out of it. They weren't letting that happen, bro.
You don't think it was? Okay.
Not at all. Ask their coaches. I've talked to their coaches. There was no shot they were letting that happen.
Well, then I will retract my take on the Saints.
It was the coolest moment.
It was never anti-Bucs because Mike Evans is a stud, and he's been a stud, and he gets all
see the reaction of those players, man.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was the coolest moment of the year, hands down.
Do you want to say anything to people who maybe drafted Rachaad White too early in the fantasy draft? Then you were like, no, Bucky Irving's just going to get all the touches.
No, man, I gained such a different respect for Rachaad after this year. When you go through it and see what he brings from a pass protection standpoint, there's probably not a lot of backs in the NFL better than him. And that goes so unnoticed. And he can still do it in terms of making people miss in the screen game. No, Bucky's just a dog.
Yeah.
Like, that dude is in the building at 5 a.m. every single day hanging out with Tom Moore.
Yeah.
87-year-old Tom Moore and Bucky Irving, one of the youngest players on our roster, hung out every single morning.
Yeah.
Like, dude's a stud.
All right. We're going to do something very awkward. Just so you know, we have your side.
Yes.
We're defending you. The weirdest guy we got in our company is a diehard Bucs fan, Steven Cheah over there. His blog was posted, new Jaguars head coach Liam Coen is the biggest snake in football today. Brutal. Now,
Brutal.
I told Steven he can ask you a question, but he has to do something first.
Okay.
Steven? No, you have to say the thing I said first. He also called you a ladder climber, which I think that's every coach ever is trying to get a new job and get a better job.
Sounds like you wanted to be a head coach one day.
Yeah. And we defended you because, if someone offers you this and then the other offers that, to change your life and your family's life.
Right.
Steven, what would you like to say first about yourself?
About myself?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions.
No, but you can't ask Coach Coen a question until you admit to something.
Sure. My feelings were hurt when you left.
We had this long debate in our gambling cave in our office, and the whole time I was like, dude, your feelings are hurt. He's like, no, they're not. I was like, yes, they are. And your feelings were hurt.
Yeah. I have a lot of questions for you. Mm-hmm. Number one, how dare you?
Dude. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was a rough. We come off and you were a hot name in the head coaching circles, and you were asked about it. I think towards the end of the regular, I listen to your press conference every week. Very great, very informative. And I was a card-carrying member. I was a Conehead, for sure.
That's cool, man. I appreciate that.
I love what you did with the backfield, the run game, the 21 pony stuff, integrating Rachaad is the best pass blocking running back in the game.
Yes.
And then Bucky was great. But then, that week, we get a very salty loss to PFT's Commanders at home, which,
cool. That was brutal.
In my mind, we win that game. I think we're going to beat the Eagles.
Yeah, if we don't, it was. We played really well against them the first time too. Yeah. So
Do you have a question,
that was frustrating.
Yeah, is there a question? You're just talking about your feelings?
I appreciate it. I appreciate what he's saying. Yeah.
But if you could go back in time, how does that week change? Because you interview there Monday, and then Tuesday.
I interviewed on Zoom Wednesday.
Okay.
And I never got in person.
Okay.
Never was able to kind of get in person until after I ended up going there. Yes. After that, yes. But ultimately, it came down to new information. New information became available.
That's called money, Steven.
And like when you're going to buy a house and you figure out like it's either not as good or better than you thought, and some of the people that ultimately have kind of helped me throughout this journey have said, like, at the end of the day, you're allowed to change your mind.
Yeah.
And that's like kind of life.
We said that at the time.
It was the most gut-wrenching, week of my life. It was. That's genuine. Like you sound like a lot of my boys that lived in my neighborhood that were diehard fans. Like they were pissed at me.
Feelings hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, like they were pissed. Yeah. But they're cool now. We're good. Yeah. And at the end of the day, with the guys, the boys, and they're FaceTiming me from the Bahamas, all excited, and I just go hug Todd Bowles and those guys. Like, it's all good.
Yeah,
it's all good.
It's okay that you have feelings. Like we all have feelings, Jay.
Sure.
No, but
as adults, we learn to process.
I do. He's a fan.
Do you know that you're about to receive like a real big dish of revenge though? Preseason week.
Yeah, we're gonna whoop your ass in mid-August.
Oh, wait.
Preseason week what?
It's not out yet.
Oh, okay.
We play the Jaguars every August.
He has it circled.
Yeah, I got you.
He was like, they're going to get, Liam Cohen's going to get all of our rap in the preseason.
We don't play him until 27, so
all of our threes are going to go play. Go play theirs.
No, he's got it circled.
Yeah. You better hope that's not week 2.
Seriously.
Because Todd Bowles is coming.
Yeah. We got to put a countdown clock in the office for you. Rivalry preseason game.
At the end of the day, man, it's entertainment, right? As much as it is, I grew up a Patriots fan, diehard. So I get it, man. I understand.
So since you grew up a Patriots fan, was Miles Jack down in the AFC Championship game? Jaguars, Pats?
Dude. Yeah.
You think he was down?
I watched that game live. Boat was, he was dealing. They were running the ball really well. Yeah. No, dude, that shouldn't have been called down. Mm-hmm. I'm going Jags.
Yeah, good answer. Jags should have been in the Super Bowl.
There's loyalties now,
All right, I know you got to run, so rowback question, rhoback.com, promo code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase, Q-Zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts, rowback.com, promo code TAKE. Last question, Steven, do you have one final question?
I do. So,
again, when the best thing that happened was he got his feelings so hurt that we had to go the total opposite side and defend you to the death.
I appreciate that, man.
Like because he's so annoying
that
we're like, this is such a bad opinion, we're just going to go the other way. So he actually helped you out.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
Well, fandom is week of, and
Wait, Che, before I have a question for you. Would you rather have your job or would you have a better job and $10 million?
I don't think there is a better job than this job.
What about if the Bucs wanted to hire you?
Head coach.
No.
Liar.
No. If the Bucs
offered you $10 million tomorrow,
I would be hurting the team.
Okay.
That's fair, man. You know what? That's an honest opinion.
That's a good answer.
That's a really good answer, dude. That was a great deflection.
Okay.
That was a phenomenal deflection. That was.
So I'm representing the Bucs community here. I'm not going to go, what happened has happened, but talk to the Bucs fans about Grizz, Josh Grizzard, who's the new OC who was in control of oversaw third downs.
I've known Grizz for a while, man. Like, met him here. I met him here, I don't know, 5-6 years ago. He's a Yale dude, but he's a bro. He's a guy that he connects with so many different dudes. Like, he can connect. He's smart. He's so smart. He dialed up all of our third downs. He did so much of the red zone, all the pass game. He can see it from an all-11 perspective, both in the run and the pass. He's going to be a really good force. He will, for you guys, he will. I promise you that.
And I do have one Jags question, if I could.
Yeah.
James Gladstone.
Yeah.
GM.
Mm-hmm.
He's 34.
Yeah.
That's you're 39.
Yeah.
You guys changing the game?
How old was Theo Epstein when he took a Red Sox job?
He's pretty young.
28. Doesn't
Sean
matter.
McVay won a Super Bowl when he was pretty young.
Doesn't matter. Yeah. No, what's cool is, like, he grew up on the sidelines. His dad was a coach. He grew up, like, on sidelines in the locker rooms, like, same. So we share that vision, right? And I think that's kind of what's cool about it is, like, we're coaches' kids. We have a chip on our shoulder. We want to prove it. Like, we want to go do it. And we've learned from pretty darn good people, and now it's an opportunity to go do it.
Yeah, love it. Well,
good job, Cheah.
Thank you. So yeah, good job, Cheah. Hopefully we can close this book.
Yes.
Okay, all right, good.
I appreciate it.
Good.
Thank
Although
you.
preseason's still back on.
We like the shoes, too.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
preseason's on.
both Jordan guys.
Rivalry is back
All right.
on.
Yeah. So thank you, Coach, for joining us. Just so you know, you legally just got at least 10 weeks of losing football where we'll still defend you. That's the Nathaniel Hackett rule that we have implemented. So
Hopefully that doesn't happen.
yeah. Hopefully you just hit the ground
What if
running.
you forget how to use timeouts on Monday Night Football Week 1? We'll say
just pretend it didn't
you gotta
happen.
give this guy
Okay.
time.
Yeah,
You gotta
you come
give him
on the
time.
show, we give
appreciate
you a
it.
little grace period. So, but hopefully you hit the ground running, and hopefully you kick the fucking shit out of the Bucs in the preseason. Oh man,
We're
would
gonna
that
run it
be
up on you.
great?
It's coming.
I'm on Game of the Year that for the
Yeah,
Jaguars.
seriously, we're gonna do a watch party for
Bake's
that.
gonna, like, point at me, you know, just rip me off. Oh, dude.
Well,
I
thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much, and best of luck this season.
Thanks, guys.
Liam Coen is brought to you by our great friends over at Chevy Trucks, the Silverado, the best truck in the world. It is the fullback of trucks, and Chevy has packed more capability into the Silverado Trail Boss so that you can pack more fun into your weekend. You can have yourself a Friday, a Saturday, and Sunday with a truck that says no to nothing. Tailgates, spontaneous camping trips, DIY projects, you name it, bring it on. What about a cross-country road trip? Silverado was the perfect ride for last year's Grit Week out west, and recently they helped us give fullbacks the recognition they deserve with the Lowman Award. The Silverado Trail Boss is built like a fullback. We're talking 495 foot-pounds of torque. Hold on to your sodas, Max. Plus, the Trail Boss gives you an extra 2-inch lift, so maybe Hank can finally dunk. Silverado brings the grit, then pairs it all with the latest truck tech inside and out. The result is a truck that can do it all, then show up on Monday with a story to tell. So learn more about the Chevy Silverado Trail Boss at Chevy.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. Liam Coen is also brought to you by Reese's. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups are the perfect combo of chocolate and peanut butter. You can buy Reese's Cups pretty much anywhere. They're the GOAT. I think I screwed up at the Super Bowl, by the way. I was meeting with some of the Reese's people, and the first thing I said to them was, you guys probably don't need to advertise because Reese's Peanut Butter Cups are that good. Everybody knows about them.
Yep.
They're the best. It is the best candy in the world. Best chocolate, best peanut butter. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups are a winning part of the game day experience. Eat Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Find your fandom. I like that call to action. Go out and eat a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. That's got the part of my take guarantee on it. You will not be disappointed. Have a Reese's. And now, here is American hero, Brady Tkachuk.
Okay, we now welcome on a very, 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 very special guest. It is Captain America. Can I call you Captain America?
Sure. I
Okay.
guess.
It's Captain America. It's Brady Tkachuk from the Ottawa Senators. Yeah, you're Captain America now. I think it's official. I think you have to be Captain America. Is that okay?
I'll take it, but I would love to know the reasoning.
Well, I mean, you fight, you score goals, you put the team on your back for 4 nations. Let me start with this. How weird was it playing for Team USA and then immediately going back to Ottawa and being like, all these people in this arena hated my guts for the last 2 weeks, and now they're back to being fans of me?
It was weird. It was just a whole, I'm like, I just got booed in Montreal, which is expected. But then in Boston, they don't like Matthew and I in Boston. And to get cheered on and supported there, I was like, okay, this is pretty awesome. Then come back. I actually missed the first 2 games in Ottawa, but I just would see Twitter. I'm like, everybody would be like, it's so weird cheering against them. But
Yeah.
I have to. I'm cheering for Canada. But now it's nice to get them back on my side.
Are they still booing the national anthem?
They are, yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, I think you should just remind them, you're an all-star finalist. It was the all-star game.
Yeah, it was an all-star
That's what
game.
we said the second that we lost. We were just like, oh, we don't care about the all-star game.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit about
that's
that?
exhibition.
You agree, right? Like, that was just the all-star break.
I don't know if I can agree with that tournament meant a lot.
It is weird though, because you mentioned it, but you and Austin Matthews especially, like you go to Boston and now all of a sudden that Boston crowd is cheering for you. Was that a little bit surreal to be in that arena and feel, I mean, obviously you've played in Boston before, but to have them like support guys that they normally just boo the shit out of, was that kind of strange?
Yeah, it was really strange. Honestly, it put a smile on my face. Like I was trying to hide it, but when they're announcing the lineup for the final, and I just heard the crowd, I was like, I felt really like patriotic and like representing the U.S. and it was a pretty cool feeling that I was trying to be all serious, but it put a smile on my face.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, and I mean the Olympics next year are going to be incredible. You got to be juiced up for that just off of this Four Nations thing.
I can't wait. It's going to be. I think it was the perfect thing to set up for the Olympics and gaining all these hockey fans. And I know they're going to do a good job of building it up and hyping it up. But I really do feel good about our team too going into it.
Yeah,
you got a little mark on your face. Is that from Tom Wilson?
That was
Tom Wilson knuckle next to the mouth.
You got to fight. You got to fight and scored a goal.
Yeah, respect. Like that was a good fight, good scrap against Tom. He's a big dude. We like to ask all the NHL players that come on the show, like, what do you say to another guy when you're about to? How do you instigate the fight?
Last night, I don't even think I got a word out. It was just more like a head nod, and it just like it was like one of those like connection. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like not many words like needed to be said. It was just like we both knew it was happening.
Yeah.
But like
I love that.
Usually it's like you want one, and it's like that's like. Or when you're really pissed off, you just grab them.
Yeah,
like, we're going. Like not even give them an option. But it was weird last night. I don't even think a word was said. It's just like, all right, we're going.
I love that. It's almost like a romance for hockey guys. You just look each other in the eye and you know it's on. Like, time to lean into this. Yeah, I noticed that you had a nice little takedown at the end. That's a good strategy to have. Like if you're in a fight, it's been going for a while, train some heavy blows, just try to land on top of the other guy. And then it's almost like you won the fight.
Yeah. No, this is usually the non-hockey fans that see that. They're like, oh, he won just because he finished on top. But no, he hit me with some good ones, and no, he's a big boy.
Did you wake up feeling it this morning?
A little
Because you had
bit.
to fly like late night.
Yeah. I'm a little sore today, but good that we have a day off.
Yeah. Do you ever turn down fights? Are people always like? Because I would imagine there's some fights where you're like, I can't, like, I'm going to beat this guy up, or if he gets like a lucky one, I'm going to look like a loser. Like, why would I fight this guy?
Yeah, I think now, I used to, like, if somebody say something, then, like, it would be automatic just because I wanted to prove myself and all this. But now, like, want to, like, go out there and help the team. And I'm at a point now where I need to be out there and help the team. But last night we're down 2-0 and try to create a spark for our team going into the second period. So, things like that, and especially, Tom, a guy who's, I don't think they'd win 2018 if it's not for him. So he's a unbelievable player.
You guys are kind of similar in that you're both very, very skilled hockey players, but also very capable of handling yourselves in a fight. That feels like a new type of player, whereas back in the day, it was mostly like you have a goon, and his job is to go out there like you're Paul Bissonnette's in the world. You're going to step on the ice and you're going to fight somebody, then you're going to go waddle to the penalty box. Nice day at the office. But now it's like, guys like you and Tom Wilson are so valuable, but now that you're going into the playoff stretch where you have to be around, you have to like designate somebody else. Be like, I want to fight this guy, but I can't. Can you do that for me?
Yeah. Well, I try not to, do that, especially to a teammate. Be like, hey, like you're gonna have to fight this guy. If it happens that it's got to be me, I'm fine with it, and I'm not too worried about it. But you know what? Fights don't happen as often anymore.
Yeah.
Like it's just kind of going away, but I think it is still important to almost keep everything in check and have that accountability and responsibility that can't just go after the best players and not have to answer the bell. So I'm glad that hockey's still important, but just doesn't happen as often as it used to with Biz Nasty just going toe-to-toe with guys every single game. So that just doesn't happen anymore.
You did say something there, though, like firing up the boys. I do think that like one thing that's happened in all of sports is analytics has kind of taken over numbers, and the human element is no longer there as much. I love like a good old-fashioned meatball take where it's like, oh, the coach has to get kicked out or a guy has to fight. Can you feel the momentum after a good fight being like everyone kind of wakes up a little bit?
I know for me, for example, when Matthew fought first, I've never felt like more fired up in my life that like I was like, no matter what, I'm going.
Yeah.
Like I have to, because like I got it. Like I can't have this pent up like just like aggression, and like I'm like I gotta get this out somehow, because I was so fired up. But I feel in fights, like when it's somebody else, it's just it gets me so fired up that I'm like, all right, here we go. Like, that's exactly what we needed.
Is it a little weird that you can beat up your big brother?
Well, all the abuse I took as a kid.
Yeah,
I'm like,
because you were telling me before off camera that you could beat the fuck out of him.
Oh yeah. I'll say it, and he'll see it and be like, yeah, he can.
Oh, so he knows. Yeah.
Oh, he knows. Yeah. But he's just so good at chirping that like he can definitely get under my skin. Though that's where he's got me. Like I'll never catch up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what else gets the boys fired up? Freebird. Have you grown to love that song?
I still listen to it. I'm like, it just brings me back to like how awesome it was. And even when we were like, after we listened to Dream On, because it was like the end of Miracle and we just wanted to implement it. And like that still fires me up. And just like, I mean, it was such a special, awesome experience that, I miss it. I miss playing, with those guys. It was so cool. But it definitely sets up for next year.
It does, yeah. The Four Nations was awesome. I think it's going to generate a lot of interest in hockey, especially the as the playoffs get closer in the NHL. I feel like the ratings should be up across the board for that. And now you're like, are you the face of hockey?
I don't think so.
Not in America?
I mean, there's just so many guys like that. I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. I think there's so many good players that represent our league so well.
Yeah. What? Tell me last year. So obviously your brother wins the Stanley Cup, but before that happens, your dad called out the entire Panthers team and basically called them all pussies. What was the group chat like with your dad and your brother after that? Like, because he even said, he was like, I'd rather watch Brady and the Senators. They actually like play with grit and they're real men, and the Panthers are soft. Did that make you feel good? Would you like? What was the conversation after that?
I actually love how you brought that up, because he's considering himself to be GM of the year when that happened, and he won them the cup. That's what he was like. I just changed his team all around.
Yeah, he did. But was it like? Did you guys joke about it afterwards?
It was after we played them and we won, and I think he was fired up. Matthew was fired up, but Matthew didn't know about it. And I think the next morning, I think I just saw like a. Really, Dad? Like, you just put me in a terrible spot. Because now guys in the meal room is like, is he talking about me?
Yeah.
Matthew's just like,
that's good old fashioned pitting the brothers against each other.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, one's tough, one's not.
But I was loving it. I was like, that was hilarious. And he just keeps that. He's like, I might give it to your team.
Yeah,
like,
I know
that guarantees a cup final, and then a cup. I'm like,
yeah,
go ahead,
do it. That's the problem with it, is that someday he's going to try to he's going to play that again against you.
Yeah. And then he's going to hopefully win GM of the year again.
Yeah.
According to himself.
I think if he calls it, you got to fight him. You ever fought your dad?
No, I have not. I think he'd be too tough to handle if we put the boxing gloves on.
Old man strength.
Yeah. He'd throw, and he's got some powerful ones.
So coming from a hockey family, and your hockey family, your hockey tree extends like all across the NHL with all the guys that you're related to in various ways. But from that hockey family, were you told very early on the importance of the unwritten rules of hockey?
I don't know if the unwritten rules.
Because I remember you enforced one last year. Empty netter.
Oh yeah.
The empty netter after the clock expired. I think it was like 2 seconds afterwards. They dumped it in, and you were the first guy to be like, hey, fuck you. You don't do that.
Yeah. It's actually, because obviously we lost, and the siren went off, but I don't think he heard it because the rink was buzzing, and I was like, all right, perfect. Like, this is going to be like, I saw him put it, and I'm like, all right, I'm going up, and we'll see if like a line brawl happens or something. Like, I don't know, something to like get everybody excited about. But was saying that earlier that year, a teammate of mine, I don't know if you saw this, with the slap shot in the empty net.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I got the opposite of it, because I loved what he did.
Yeah.
The slap shot, an unwritten rule. I'm like, oh, when it's on my side, like, that's great. Do it anytime. But when it's against us, I'm like,
yeah,
I'm going to get that.
Can't have
that to me. Yeah. So when you were growing up, was it always you were going to be in the NHL? That was the one thing that you knew?
It was always hockey. I mean, I played other sports, loved playing other sports, but at the end of the day, it was always hockey. And honestly, I never thought the NHL was like a could be a reality until I was like 16, 17, where I was playing in Ann Arbor at the U.S. National team for the U17, U18 year. And that's when, more teams are coming around scouting and guys are getting drafted before you. And you're like, okay, like kind of in comparison, like where do I need to get at to get drafted? And, I want to go as high as possible. So started thinking about that when I got there. And then it kind of became a reality when I was 17 and gonna go to college and then get drafted from college.
Yeah. Was there was never a moment, even when you were like 12 or 13, where like rebellious, like I'm not playing in the NHL, Dad, like don't make me do this?
I think I think he would just shred me after one game. He's like, all right, I'm done playing hockey.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to
and he's like, no, you're a Tkachuk. That's what we do.
And then and then my mom would be like, no, it's okay, sweetie. You played great. You worked hard. It's just, your dad's tough on you because he expects a lot out of you. So, and then she'd always calm us down and be like, I'm going to be playing roller hockey next year.
Yeah.
So it was never really hockey was never going to be quit on.
Yeah, you were never going to be like, I kind of like to be an accountant.
Yeah. No, you know what? I just want to go to the business world. I just want to go.
Who's the funniest guy on your team?
Thomas Chabot.
Okay.
He's just nonstop.
Because I feel like every hockey locker room has like one of those guys who's just a total like electric personality and a glue guy. Is that who? Does that be fair?
Never had a bad day in his life. He is such a positive, just. And everybody's getting it. Like he's not just picking a couple guys. It's he sees somebody and somebody's getting it. So
yeah, and Barstool will hire him in a couple of years.
Yeah, probably. And he's the biggest fan of you guys.
Yeah,
so that's so fired up.
It's perfect. Yeah. Hockey guys for some. I mean, it's I don't know what it is, but I feel like I've never met a hockey guy who wasn't like funny in some way. You know what I mean? Whether it be dry humor or like outwardly funny. There's just it feels like a hockey locker room is unlike any other sport.
It's the best part of the day.
Yeah.
Just going there and just shooting the shit and just hanging out. And I mean, there's just nothing better.
All right, so
hockey
Thomas,
guys,
you got to come on the show.
They love the boys more than anything.
Yeah.
That's one thing. It's like,
always for the boys.
Always for the boys.
Always for the boys. The dinners, the nights out, just they're hilarious.
And they'll walk into a room and they'll see one guy and they'll be like, "What's up, boys?"
What's up,
like
beauty?
Everybody's boys. Yeah.
Boys, beauty.
Yeah,
legend.
Is the Vegas flu real? Have you been hit by the Vegas flu at any point?
This actually came up the other day. My dad, I feel like we're bringing him up a lot, went to his analytic guys because he works scout in St. Louis. He's like, just do me a favor. Can you look up Brady and Matthew's stats when they play Vegas in their own cities versus them in Vegas? It's not like we're going out and doing all this crazy stuff. Like we're just hanging and chilling. Our stats in Vegas are absolutely awful. I think we played there. I would love to see like 18 games. I think like combined, we both have like 2 goals and like 1 assist in 18 games. But like at home, like it's a different story. But
that should be illegal that your dad's using the analytics department of the Blues
I don't
against
know
you.
There's no. I think it was just a family thing.
Yeah,
I don't want him getting any trouble. But no, that's some of the stuff that he's like. You know what? I've thought about it. You guys have played like shit in Vegas. I got to see some stats.
Yeah. Wait, so did he send you all the stats?
Oh, he sent to the Matthew and I group chat. Just like it was like a log chat of just like the caps in Vegas and back home.
Oh, that's incredible.
That's awesome. And you got cameras following you around now, right?
Yeah, not every day. They come. I think they've came twice and for the Amazon series. So
nice.
It's been really cool. It's new, but I mean, I grew up watching the 24/7s and seeing that and how cool that was. But no, it'd be cool to see them, this ride and into playoffs.
Yeah. Are you able to say like cut that? Because we have cameras here all the time, and it's just at some points it's like, dude, I need a second without a camera in my face. Yeah.
Well, they came, I think, in January for 4 days, and then I saw them twice over 4 days. Like that's all we've filmed so far. So I'm hoping as this kind of playoff race picks up that they'll catch more of that and into playoffs. So I think there's gonna be some good footage.
So you recently became a father. Was it like 9 months ago, 6 months ago?
He's 5.5.
Oh shit! I'm way off.
He's on my birthday.
Oh fuck! I'm way off. 5.5. All right. So is he good at hockey yet?
We're trying to.
When did he first get on skates?
No, this is 5.5 months.
5.5 months. All right,
5.5
that's
months.
right.
Yes,
All right.
5.5
So I was
months, 5.5
right.
months. Yeah,
I was like, holy
yeah.
shit, did I fuck that up?
No, 5.5 months. Yeah,
5.5 months. All right.
Yeah, but we've tried putting a hockey stick in
Yeah,
his
so
hands.
when does that happen? When is the first, like, what actual age is like, all right, it's time for you to do the family business, get on the ice?
Whew. I mean, we started skating at 2, so we already have his hockey skates. It was a gift that somebody gave us. He's like, here's the skates when he's ready, but we got that all dialed in, so we'll have to see. Hopefully 2.
I love that.
Cool.
Is that when you started?
Yeah, I think
At 2?
Matthew and I both started skating at 2, respectively. So I don't know. That'd be nice.
That's such a crazy thing because like you can barely walk when you're 2.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just holding them along. I'd be
Yeah.
more than happy to do that.
Well, because I bought my son skates. He's 5.5 years old,
Yeah.
and I like bought him skates. And I was like, I already missed. Like he's already. There's no. I mean, not that he was ever going to go to the NHL, but like he's already way behind. He's not playing hockey. Like it's way too late. 5.5 years old.
A lot of guys have started skating later. It's just like, and they end up in the NHL. So,
Okay.
yeah. I don't think
My son's not going to the NHL. No offense to him. No offense to him.
How are we feeling about the team this year?
I'm very confident in our team. I think just we're a tough team to handle for 7-game series. So we just got to get there. But no, I think all stars are kind of aligning for this year and just find a way to get in, and I think we can do some damage.
This late in the season, is this the grind? Obviously, you would get a nice little energy boost for the playoffs, but right now I feel like this is the time of year where everyone's banged up. It's been long. You barely got a break at all. Is this like a part of the year where you just like kind of just going day to day? Got to get through this.
It's definitely, I think it's more of a mental grind now. I think November to Four Nation break was like the physical grind of just like every day, just grinding away and kind of setting yourself up for this time of the year. But I think it's mentally just, I think you can look at it. It's a little stressful this time of the year, and I think it's okay to be a little nervous and have the nerves. I think it's a good thing, but I think it's playoffs for us kind of started a couple games ago where every game's almost a must win, and just to get ourselves to April that we need to just kind of stick around. Every team around us is doing well. Just stick around and hopefully can rattle off a couple game win streak and put ourselves in a good spot. But it's a fun type of year. And like I said, like this is my first experience at like in this playoff race kind of feeling, and it's been the best feeling to just grind it out every single day.
Yeah, playoffs already started. That's a good trick.
Have you thought about what it would be like if you brought the Stanley Cup back to Canada?
I think about it all the time. Yeah, it's maybe think about it too much, but I feel like I have my whole day planned when we win.
Yeah,
so,
You'd be Captain Canada at that point.
Wait, did you celebrate with your brother when he had his day with the cup?
Yes, I went back to St. Louis for his day. He actually had it for a day and a half, and it was really awesome to see what we were able to do with it. And I was there the night they won. So
yeah,
I was kind of around it, and just to see the happiness that it brought. It was
motivation.
Oh,
did you touch the cup?
No.
All right.
No.
Good.
Yeah.
Did he try to trick you into touching it?
No, he was, you know what? I didn't expect it. He was very respectful, and I thought he'd for sure just be rubbing it in my face, but he actually was very nice about it.
Oh, yeah, it's good. I definitely would have tried to trick you into touching
Oh,
it.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I would have put it in your bed.
Yeah.
I would have given you some Ambien and then put it in your bed next to you.
Taking the pictures of you, yeah. Look at him touching the cup.
I got a bone to pick with you. You said you were watching Miracle before some of the games. I feel like USA Hockey, we're not the underdogs like that anymore. You got to start watching like Dream Team 92 stuff and like have the perspective change of like, we're not the plucky underdogs. We're Team USA. We can win this thing.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think it was more the patriotic feeling.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
It's like, all right, we're like Mike Ruzioni came and talked to us right before the tournament started, and just like to watch him, Rob McClanahan, and because those two guys came to our dinner, and then we were hearing stories of Mike and after the fact, and how basically he left his hockey bag in Lake Placid, never played again, and just to hear that he went from gold medal to what he's doing now, and just an amazing life that he's given him and his family. But like we've just had to watch it, get that childhood.
All right, maybe for Olympics we do like Armageddon or like a Rocky movie.
Would love
that. Would be good. Get you pumped up that way.
Yeah, Rocky would be solid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rocky
I
Ford.
I like tricking yourself into thinking that you're underdogs, though. That works a lot. Like the Patriots did that for years. Where Belichick's like, nobody believes you. Nick Saban does that, or he did that at Alabama. He's like, nobody thinks you can win. It's like, well, you have the number 1 recruiting class
Everyone thinks
ever
you can
in the
win.
history
Yeah.
of football.
Yeah.
But everyone.
Yeah.
Just put that chip on your shoulder.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can get it. Not specifically for Vegas, but is there any other place that you play that's just harder to score goals in? Like in college basketball, some places are way harder to score in. Does that carry over to hockey at all?
Oh yeah. It's a spot that I haven't scored is Chicago.
Oh.
So, right here.
Okay.
So
Maybe tonight
Yeah.
or tomorrow.
Yeah,
Tomorrow.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
tonight when
Yeah.
people are listening to this.
yeah. No, so we'll see. I haven't scored here, and this is a tough building to score in. So
What about the ice in what rink has the worst ice? Also, Calgary's ice I feel like is so shiny. Is that
yeah,
Okay.
they have like 3 teams skate on it, so their ice actually takes a good beating. I mean, all those warm places like they're
it gets soupy?
just like snowy, quick, and soft. I never really realized it, but guys always tell me that. And
Yeah.
it's like, all right, I'm just extra slow today. Like, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I'm dragging a piano behind me all game today. But probably like Tampa. Like probably just it's hard
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
keep the ice all dialed in when it's so beautiful and so warm there.
That makes
Zamboni
sense.
drivers in Canada are probably better.
Oh yeah.
They've probably been driving those things since they were kids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When they're not doing it, they're doing it to the outdoor rinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just buzzing.
We have a debate with Whit, and he loses his debate every time we do it. But have you ever thought about not coming off the ice? If you're so good, just staying on the ice, playing the whole game. Like Patrick Mahomes never takes off a snap.
I couldn't do it cardio wise. I'd be
Okay.
even 30 seconds. I'm tipping. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I gotta get off. I can't be doing that.
What's so 30 seconds is when you're like,
Oh yeah, on a good day, 30 seconds hard. I'm like, all right, I'm done. I gotta get off. But
what when you have what's the longest shift? Do you remember the longest shift
I
yet?
actually had like a 3.5 minute shift one time.
And how much did that fuck you up for a while?
After the game, I was exhausted. It was like the extra. I was the 6th man, and I just refused to get off because I thought I was like, all right, I'm gonna be the hero tonight. And it just did not happen, and it was a little too long of a shift that I got into some trouble the next day.
Yeah, Wick gets mad at us whenever we do that debate.
I wouldn't step off the ice.
Yeah, I would never come off.
I care that much about the game.
Yeah. Like
Have to drag
LeBron
me
plays 44 minutes.
Travis Hunter plays 110 snaps a game.
Yeah.
Which is very impressive.
Right.
That's very impressive.
Yeah, Heisman. You just
I just don't think you could play like a full game, like with the speed that it's at.
LeBron probably could.
Yeah, and he gained weight while he did it. What if you did? Overtime should just be no shift changes.
Yeah.
Just see who can
That was
last.
kind of last night. I was out there for a minute and a half. I'm like, I might be out here for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
This is what might happen, and thank God I wasn't.
When
tough.
when does it officially? You said playoffs already started because you guys are in the playoff race. When does it officially become like we're putting all of our bodies in front of the pucks and don't care at all? Because I do love that shift in hockey when you get to actual playoffs and guys
Yeah,
are like,
like-
"Fuck it, I'm selling out on everything."
I mean, it's that day is definitely coming.
Yeah.
like it's coming very soon, and just
Will that be a talk in the locker room, being like, "Boys, it's time." Like
Yeah, it's
everyone,
like- it's-
everyone's on the like, do whatever you got to do.
eventually, like it's gonna be like this is Game 7,
Right.
Like this is like, and of course it's gonna be sometime this month, but like this is the game that we need to win, and can't look at the future games. Like right now, like we need this one.
Yeah, that's got to be a little bit of a pit in your stomach, being like, "Fuck, I'm just gonna get like buried with some pucks."
Yeah,
to-
I'm just gonna run around and have 12 hits tonight.
Yeah. When you get hit with a puck in between like the skate and down on your leg, is that the worst place to get hit?
I don't block too many shots, but the ankle's tough. I think right here.
the knee.
I've
Inside
had
of the
that
knee.
before. That it just makes you feel like you broke your knee.
Yeah.
And like you just can't move.
How in terms of, I feel like all goalies are psychos. How psycho is your goalie? Do you talk to him before the game at all?
Yeah, he's very loose. Like,
Okay.
he's very like I've had goalies where like not a word. Like he's just in his own world. You don't say a word to him. But he's great in that aspect where it's just chill. He's like throwing the football around before the game and just I think it's hilarious. He's got like the wide receiver gloves. And, like, it's like our strength guy throwing you the ball. It's not too hard, but protect the paws at all times. But But no, he's good. But once the game gets going, then he locks in.
Yeah, because goalies do. It feels like that's one of the positions in sports where it's just true psychos. Like you can't play this. You can't play that position unless you got a little bit of something wrong with you.
Like it's psychos, and I think they could all say it's a little weird.
Yeah,
like they're all like some not all weird, but like all have some different thing that they got going on.
Yeah,
so.
right. You're just getting peppered with 100-mile-an-hour slap shots.
And I put the pads on every Christmas party, like for the kids. I put the goalie gear on. I think it's like the best thing in the world. But then I'll have some of the guys shoot on me. I'm like, oh my, like they hurt. like,
right.
You have all that padding, but it still hurts.
Right.
But that's the most insane thing to me about hockey is until maybe 50 years ago, 40 years ago, goalies didn't all wear masks.
That's crazy.
How insane is that?
That's just absolutely nuts. And even guys like 20 years ago, like didn't wear helmets. I'm like,
yeah,
how are you playing this game with no helmets? Like I'm wearing a visor, and then you have Jamie Benn, Ryan O'Reilly, who's like they don't have a visor still. I'm like, how are you not worried about your eyes?
Yeah, that is crazy. Although the flow did look awesome.
Flow looked good. You get a couple nice scars, not like bad scars, but a couple scars on your face. Then everyone sees you for the rest of your life. You're like, that guy played hockey.
Who was it? There was one guy, right, who got grandfathered in, and he was like the last guy not wearing a helmet. I can't remember who it was.
Craig McTavish?
Yeah, he was just like, you just watch a game. He's like, what? He doesn't have a helmet? Oh, yeah, he's grandfathered in. He doesn't have to do it.
The best part is warm-ups, though, where you can go no bucket and warm-ups. Like, that's exciting.
I love
get the hot
helmet.
bucket.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is a very important question for you. How much chicken parm do you eat in a normal, I guess, we'll go with a month?
Oh, I have it every game day.
Every game day?
Every game day I have chicken parm.
So you had that for like an early lunch?
Yeah. So like I'll have it early lunch around 11:30, then take a nap and be ready for the game at 7. So I have a lot of chicken parm.
Does everyone eat chicken parm?
It's a great meal.
Yeah, it is a great meal. A lot of guys have that, but like more pasta or like with the chicken parm. Then I don't have pasta with mine, so
just chicken parm.
Just chicken parm. So just go straight meat.
Stay light.
Have you had like chicken parm and you're like, that's a good chicken parm, I'm going to play well tonight?
Oh yeah. Like whenever I go to a hotel, I'm like, I know it's a bad, like over the years, I know like it's a shitty chicken parm. Mm-hmm. Just puts me in a bad mood. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, I'm going to have a bad nap. I have a bad start to the game. Got to find a way, but
sounds like another analytics homework for your dad.
Yeah.
Figure out the best chicken parm cities and how you play in them.
What are the best chicken parm cities?
DC was good yesterday.
Yeah, they've got a good one.
Yeah,
you got to do a review.
Oh, 100%. Every hotel just do a review. Montreal's got good chicken parm,
but also I feel like if the chicken parm's too good, that could be bad too, right?
Oh, I'll crush as many and just. I might be a little heavy that night, but just I can't turn down a chicken parm.
Describe your ideal plate setup for a chicken parm.
Well, like what I like a perfect chicken parm in my book.
Yeah.
I'm not at like a too big a cheese on it, but like a thin chicken parm, almost like a chicken cutlet, and just like a lot of sauce. Put a little olive oil on it. That's exactly what I want.
What about the pasta? What type of pasta do you like with it?
I usually don't have pasta with chicken parm.
So just the chicken parm?
Yeah, chicken parm and sweet potato.
Okay, that's a very healthy way to go about it. Yeah, I would load up on the pasta. Yeah.
No, I know. Yeah. I did that and I blew up pretty quick. So I'm like, all right, I gotta take the pasta out of my. I can't be gaining this much weight during the season.
Yeah. Back to the Four Nations real quick. I had one last question about it. The fight, obviously, in the round play with Canada to start the game, 3 fights in 9 seconds. So you guys planned that all out beforehand, right? Did you know who you were fighting and you were just like, like no bad blood, we're just going to have to do it?
Yeah. So it happened where we were talking about it before and we're like, let's unite our team. We're in Montreal. We're the villains. There's only 20 of us that we have let's just stick together. And that was a way to go about that, is to show that we're united. And then it happens that before the game, they give our starting lineups and we're the away team. So we sent in ours first and then they sent it and they circle on the board at, we're going on 2 minutes, 4 minutes. And then Matthew looks at me. He's like the guy he's fighting, he's like, he's like, all right, I'm first shift. I'm going him. And then after, and like, I'm going to grab Benny off the bench, which is his teammate in Florida, and be like, you're coming out, like we're going next. And then Millsy talked to Parayko in warm-ups. He's like, we're going, and they had it all.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love it talking beforehand,
Yeah.
being like, hey, just so you know, we're fighting.
Yeah.
Right away.
And so then Matthew fought. And I just think, like, then me and Millsy almost had an argument about who was going next. He's like, let me go second. And then he was like asking the defenseman Parayko out there, and he's like, we're going. And he's like, looks at me, he's like, I'm not going. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you're not going? Then I'm like saying to Millsy, I'm like, he's not going. Like, let me go him right away. And then we were just arguing. I'm like, I'm going him. And then we did. And then the next whistle, then Millsy got his.
That's awesome.
It was great. It was so awesome. Was there any talk about doing that again for the finals?
No, there wasn't much of that. It was, once you got to the finals, it was just all about trying to win. And I know people probably would have liked that again, but I think at that point we're, if it happened organically, like if they wanted to go again, but I think it was just all right from the start, just trying to get it done and just one shot away.
Yeah.
We watched the game with a Canadian, Oldie, and he is the definition of a beauty. And he was talking shit to us all the entire game just about how bad the ice is in America, because he drives the Zamboni up in Canada. He's like, that's bad ice, bad job by the Zamboni guy. Have you seen Oldie? Have you seen this guy?
I don't
Nash's buddy?
No, I think I saw a clip, right? Because was it Jan's?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah, I saw a clip that he set it up, right? So
Yeah.
So no, I didn't watch the full video, but
Because we're ready to go at him. We're like,
Yeah.
you want to go? You want to go, Oldie? He didn't want it.
I'll show you his side pouches after. It's probably the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
You the boys will get a good laugh out of it. All right, I have one last question. Rowback question. RHOBACK.com, promo code TAKE. 20% off your first purchase. Q-Zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts. Rowback.com, promo code TAKE. So we talked about not touching the Stanley Cup. Are you worried that you're never going to win a PGA championship because you drank out of Brooks's PGA championship trophy? Because that's out now.
yeah, that's out.
Okay.
That's out. But I'm happy that it's out.
What was it like? Brooks is a good friend of ours.
Yeah.
He looked like he was having a great time that night. Was it fun hanging out with him?
Yeah, because I was told that he was there. I was like, all right, I'll just go say hi and introduce myself. And all of a sudden I walk in and I get handed it. He's like, what do you want? What do you want in it? I was like, I guess I'll just take a beer.
Yeah.
And then puts it in front of me, and I like look down. I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna have to chug this. Like, I can't just have a couple sips.
You can't
and
sip it.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I got to show him a beauty.
Yeah.
But no, it was good.
I like the inner monologue of like,
like-
this guy's going to think I'm not a beauty.
Yeah,
Gotta
I
fucking
got
do
it. I got to one touch this. And then we met up after the game and had more drinks out of it. And
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
a blast.
He was locked in that game.
I think that was
laser,
the night that he
laser
bet,
focused.
I think that was the night he bet Josh Allen to win MVP this
He
year.
did bet Josh Allen to
Yeah,
win MVP
yeah.
that night, and he was so focused on the game. He's just staring at the game. He's like, I can't even blink. I'll miss something going on here. Yeah,
He's the best.
he's the man.
Yeah. All right. Well, Brady, thanks so much. Are you going to get in a fight tonight? Because like I said, I'm taking my son to the game, so I could point out and be like, see that guy right there? He's a tough motherfucker. He's going to fight.
Yeah. I mean, we'll have to see.
All right, maybe a goal. Goal would work too.
Yeah.
Blackhawks are bad. They need to keep getting good picks.
They had a big win, though.
Yeah, they did. They
Big
did.
wins, so
Yeah.
it'll be a tough one.
Yeah.
I had one last thing, actually. I forgot to ask you this. Your teammate, Shane Pinto, he was asked about you, and they said, what's the most Tkachuk thing about Brady Tkachuk? And he said, you mean what's the rattiest thing about him? Was that a compliment?
Pence.
Oh.
Yeah.
Pence. I'll take it as a compliment.
I think
Okay.
he
I'll let
kind
him know, though.
of. So the way that he explained it, he said that you stir the pot, but often off the ice you're super nice. But then once the game starts, you kind of switch into a different mode, like ratty Tkachuk. So do you actually feel that, like puck drop, your personality changes?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel like I don't even know when the switch happens, but I definitely feel like I turn into a completely different person.
Yeah,
So it's fun, though.
it is
Yeah,
fun. We
yeah.
like that person
Yeah.
on the ice.
Yeah, can't be bringing that home, though. Can't be bringing the rattiness back home.
No,
Just
no.
disastrous waiting to happen.
All right. Well, Brady, thank you so much, Captain America. Good luck rest of the year. Get in the playoffs, and appreciate you stopping by, man.
Awesome. Thank you guys
Yeah.
for having me. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Part of My Take is sponsored by BetterHelp. Think about your favorite leaders, mentors, and idols. They don't have all the answers, but they do know when to ask questions or seek support from their community. In a society that glorifies hyper-independence, it's easy to forget that we're all better when we have a support system behind us. Therapy can be a source of support for any area of your life. It's time to shift the focus from doing it all to knowing that we're better when we ask for help. I've gone to therapy in the past. It's helped me out a lot. I actually have a therapy appointment for this Friday. Excited to get back into it. BetterHelp is fully online. It's making therapy affordable, convenient, serves over 5 million people worldwide. Access a diverse network of more than 30,000 credentialed therapists with a wide range of specialties. Build your support system with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/PMT today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/PMT. That's BetterHelp. Check them out today.
Okay, let's wrap up the show. We got a listener submitted FAQs. Hank?
What's up, PMT crew?
What's up?
Hey.
First, if you had to make a pickup basketball starting five of guests on the show, excluding all professional athletes, former and current, who would be on the team? Also, can we get a 999 challenge in the cave for opening day?
I think I would go Russillo.
Russillo definitely has to be on the team.
Jerry
O'Connell?
You think he could be on our basketball
He could hoop?
I don't know. I feel like he could.
Oh, man, this is a good question.
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, Russillo. Fuck. This is a really good question.
I'm just thinking through the tallest people that we've had on the show.
Yeah, Windy. Windy's got handles.
Adam
For
Sandler.
sure.
Sandler,
great call. So Windy running the point. Russillo, Sandler.
I think we might have Kane at center.
Kane at center. That's a good call. Stone Cold, power forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is all wrestlers.
Those are kind of athletes, though.
Okay.
No, but I think
all
we
right.
should actually do all professional wrestlers, and we'll just beat the fuck out of everybody.
I'm trying to think of who else we got.
Tom Segura.
Yeah, in the dunk contest.
Tom
yeah.
Segura in the dunk contest.
Tom
That's
versus
a great call.
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito, probably not. It's a good question. We gotta come up with a solid. We're pretty much we're building this team on Russillo and Windy.
Mark Wahlberg. I mean, Mark
Wahlberg.
Wahlberg's an
Yeah.
athlete.
Mm-hmm. I do think Windy would be smooth with it. I don't know why.
You think he could dribble?
Yeah,
He just spends enough time around the game.
I think he could. Yeah.
What about Rothstein? Has he ever taken a jump shot?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think Rothstein's ever taken a jump shot. Brandon Walker.
Yeah.
Brandon Walker wouldn't be bad.
Mark Titus.
Well, he played.
Not professionally.
True. He didn't play professionally, but yeah, he would definitely. If we're, I was thinking just no athletes whatsoever.
He was drafted by the Globetrotters.
Yeah. Good question. We got to come up with some more.
We could probably do coaches, right?
Josh Duhamel. He probably is a good athlete, right?
Yeah, I think he would be. Missoula.
Missoula played. Yeah. Skip.
1.4.
Stephen A.
He's
Stephen A.
wet. Yeah.
There it is. I knew we'd find it. All right.
Oz the Mentalist.
So final answer: Windy at the point. Stephen A. shooting guard.
Yeah.
Russillo the 3 or Russillo the 4?
Russillo would, if we talked to Russillo about if he wanted to be a 3 or a 4, he would have like an hour-long answer.
Yeah. We'll put him at the 3. Kane at the 5.
Is he a professional athlete?
Who?
Kane.
Hank's trying to take him away from us.
Mayor Kane.
He's 100% a professional.
Okay.
He's a mayor.
Okay. Who's our tallest guest that wasn't a professional athlete? Man.
Who's the one person that we said you should have hooped?
Yeah.
Shane.
Osama bin Laden.
Yeah. OBL.
Shane Gillis.
Shane Gillis would be, yeah. Shane Gillis at our 4, and then maybe Kane at our 5. I like that.
Just keep throwing Kane in there, okay?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep throwing Kane in there. I don't know what you want me to say. I'm going to keep doing it.
Sup, fellas? How did you guys meet Tim Woods and start doing D&D shows?
Ooh, good question. That was in Barstool Gold.
Yeah.
Back in the day, we wanted to do some different shows that weren't sports related, something different for the people out there. We had a professional cuddler come on the show and tell us about her job. We had a marine biologist come on the show, and we wanted to do like a board game type thing, and we thought D&D might be good.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, one of the best relationships we've made.
And credit to our guest booker who just, we told her go out, find a D&D.
Jordan
Shout
Berry,
out Jordan.
Shout out Jordan.
The
Yeah.
best.
And Tim Woods is now, he's part of, I sometimes think about this, not as like we're going to end the show anytime soon, but like whenever the show does end, if we did like a tour or like a last show, the pop Tim Woods would get when he came in would be awesome. If we did like all the best
Seinfeld?
recurring guests. Yeah, kind of. But not a clip show, but like just having them all come in. Would be
for
sick.
like the last episode.
Oh, I thought you were
Hank
talking about
said.
live. That would be a live show.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm saying
Like
just
a
the
real
pop online if we had him come in and just had everyone.
Did we talk about doing a 10-year anniversary show?
We did.
Yeah.
Isn't
are.
that this
Next
No.
year.
next year?
Next year would be
2016.
10. We actually missed our anniversary this year.
Yeah, it's actually we're 2
Yeah.
because the show started on Leap Day.
Yeah, we do. We're not good
So I
with
was right. Next year.
We're not good with anniversaries.
We're going to the 10th
No,
year.
no. You just implied. You said, didn't you guys say you're doing a 10-year anniversary? Didn't we just pass it?
No, I did not say just pass.
We did
That's-
technically miss
I
our
did not
9-year.
say just
You were
pass it.
implying. You were like, I thought you were going to do one for 10 years. We are.
We did miss our 9
It's in a year.
which I'm happy about because there's like a trend online to be like, oh, I've been doing this for 100 days.
Yeah.
Congratulations to me. So we missed 9. Whoops. Our bad. What we did.
That's
I
a
thought you
long
were just
time.
talking about mostly sports.
But this is I'm not
No,
talking
like,
about mostly
this
sports. I'm
podcast
talking
has
about
gone
like
through high
people who
school
do
and
something
college.
people
and
who
a
do
5th year in college.
It's like people who work out for like 50 days. They're like day 50.
Yeah, we
I was
had
really
worse.
talking about Nicky Smokes.
We
is who I was
technically
talking about.
we
okay?
technically had
yeah,
our
yeah,
our
makes sense.
9-year 4 days ago.
Yeah. Yeah. I was talking about Nicky Smokes, okay? All right, next.
I was just wondering in regards to Hot Seat Cool Throne or other segments like Who's Back of the Week, if that is something you guys meet together for, whether it may be hours before each show, to make sure you are pinpointing some of the key things that have happened recently and made sure there's not overlap kind of thing, or it's more
No,
just
we
an
never
invitation thing
overlap.
to come prepared. with
That's-
things you might want to say, and if other people had on their best list, so be it. I usually just think of what would Big Cat say and what would PFT say, and then I just use that.
You try to take those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a very astute question. We never have any overlap.
Yeah.
And we always hit all the main points in the sporting calendar. No, yeah, we have I think it's like a 45-minute. It used to be an hour long, but now it's 45-minute production meeting, 4 hours before each
Script
show.
the whole thing.
And then we plot it out on. We use Post-it notes, color coded. No,
We did. There was a point early on where we planned a lot more, and I think we found. No, we did.
Oh, for sure,
We
yeah.
planned like topics and stuff, and say. I think we found pretty quickly that like just being ourselves is a lot, and also surprising each other with things is a lot funnier. But yeah, if you ever hear shorts on Hot Seat or Cool Throne, that's because we ran out.
Yep. Or keeping beers outside.
Yeah, or daylight savings.
Yeah.
I'm so mad at myself.
No, the start of the show when we did for the first like 2, maybe 3 years, it was every topic at the start. So the main sports talk
Yeah.
at the start, and then we would do segments after the interview, and
Yeah.
the segments would be like Hot Seat Cool Throne was one of them. Hurt or Injured would be another one. PR 101. I'm trying to remember the other ones that we had. Mike Wilbon's name drop of the week. He played golf with Obama, not to brag. That was another one. But we would go through whatever happened in the sports and
Yeah.
fit them into one of those segments. And then the show kind of evolved from there.
Yeah, we realized that we're just hitting them on our own in a natural way. Don't have to put them in a bucket.
When is Max doing the baseball streak?
Oh,
What
good
team is he supposed to pitch against?
question.
This is memes. I feel like ever since PMTV came out showing he was throwing maximum 60 miles per hour, it went dark. Is Max scared?
Great question.
Well, the thing is,
Let's answer the second
Yeah,
part
the
first.
thing is, what is the thing?
Are you scared?
scared? Yeah, probably an accurate answer there. So here, the real answer is we had it set up twice. We got rained out twice. We were working on rescheduling for a third time, and then I broke my foot. Mm-hmm. And now the college baseball season has started.
Mm-hmm. I think we got to go maybe minor league team.
I maybe independent.
Yeah, independent
Yeah,
league,
I
yeah.
think independent is probably
The Mallards would probably do it.
Yeah, independent. We could definitely find some teams.
Mallards, if you're listening, let's get this set up.
And we can say now we were going to do it with the University of Tennessee.
Yes.
It's going to be the Vols.
Who won a national championship last year?
We
I
had-
think
and
they're
Max-
I think they're currently undefeated.
Max is going to
to
get
start this
shelled
year.
by them. And
Yeah.
they were in on it. But then because of the weather in Knoxville, we couldn't
And
find
then,
a day that worked.
And then he broke his
And then he broke his foot.
and I broke my foot.
Yeah.
The breaking of the foot was the real.
Yeah, that was bad.
But then you won a Super Bowl.
But then I won a Super Bowl,
Yep.
and now I'm like basically healthy.
Basically healthy?
Yeah.
What does basically healthy look
I'm
like?
technically not supposed to run or jump for another like 2 weeks, but
We're taping this right before we do a challenge where we go to 15 fast food restaurants or
Yeah.
attempt to go to 15 fast food restaurants and eat from every single one of them.
Yeah, no, I'm never gonna get skinny.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That's you. Listen, you when we do like the combine and stuff, you show out. I think that's all that matters. If you're a little overweight, it's like you got to just every now and then remind people like I could be in good shape.
Yeah, I could be. Fathlete.
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 I like obese better.
Obese was
obese
a good one.
just goes perfectly.
Obese was a good one.
Yeah, you are obese. Okay, is that it?
Yep.
Good job, Hank.
Thanks.
You look good today.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's it. Just complimenting each other. Boys compliment each other. All right, numbers, memes. Happy birthday, memes.
Yeah, I like compliments. Let's compliment each other.
Okay.
Memes, I really hope you get this.
All right, here's
like
a compliment,
today's the day.
memes. I know at least you're trying to get this. You're never going to get it, but I know at least you're trying.
Okay.
So that's my compliment to you.
Thank you.
I love how much you care.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's bullshit that people keep bringing up that you didn't get it on the previous machine and the new machine, and it's getting a little ridiculous how bad you are at this. That's mean.
Yeah, that's very mean. And then PFT's tweet yesterday was also very nice.
What was my
the
tweet?
It's part of my meme's birthday.
Yeah.
Everybody say something nice about him.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then what did people say?
Have you ever gotten your birthday would be a lot better if you would have got the ball.
That's true.
I did not want people
Do
to.
people
in
ever
fact,
see you out memes? Like, does that ever happen to you? Because that's when it really gets dark.
No.
once they start
So
yelling numbers
it'd
at
be
you?
a real shame if people,
Yeah, that would
were
be a
able
real
to
shame.
identify memes.
I just look like every generic white male.
All right, so if you see a generic white male in your
Just
neighborhood,
ask
just ask them if they've ever got the lottery ball.
Yeah.
Just to be safe.
Yeah. Okay. Numbers.
7.
3. Oh!
It's his birthday.
It was his birthday.
We'll go 30.
I'll give you 3.
No, you go 30.
No, I'll give you 3.
It's not gonna
All right, Big Cat, take 30.
I'll take 30. You take 3.
No, you take 3, I'll take 30.
Are you okay with this?
Yeah.
All right.
Are you okay with it?
I'm fine with it. You're not going to get it either way, so
What if it pops up?
it's not gonna. But go ahead.
77.
99 Pug. 44. 21.
What was yours, Hank?
7.
So for the record, Big Cat, you have 3.
3.
Memes has 30.
$45. Memes, what just hypothetically, what would you do if 3 hits and you don't have it that day?
Can't punch the monitor because we would lose all the files. Mm-hmm. Storm out.
Okay. You'd be,
I don't think I've never seen you storm out.
would you try to fist fight the person who got 3?
Yes.
Okay.
I think he would punch the person closest to him. Who's that person?
It's Max.
Max. You'd punch Max.
That's Max. Okay. All right. See everyone Friday.
Love you guys.